The first show of how-to series of today is a brand new guest, Jamie, who you're going to meet in a second. And then this lovely bag. This lovely little bag with some brand new fabrics. Waterproof. Anyway, so that is the bag that Jamie has made. But that's made from a pattern, and this is le pattern. Now, there's loads you can do on here. Now, you might have seen this pattern before. We have done this pattern before. There's the great big beach bag. There's the beach bag here that Jamie has made. Then this one here is fascinating. You can take a hot casserole in that one. And then I'm not sure, I haven't brought my glasses with me. What's B? What's that there? No, look. Oh, it's a thing that Hannah always burns. You know the thing? Oh, what? Hot pad. Oh. Yeah. And it's a pot, you put a whole pot holder with it and things like that, isn't it? That's the casserole carrier. What's that there then? Bottle holder, bottle carrier. Bottle carrier, a hot pad, casserole carrier, small picnic tote, which is the one we've done, large picnic tote, and that's it. For $7.99. For $7.99. Oh, it says hot pad on there, look. After all that. $7.99. £7.99 for that pattern. Now I've got 4 bundles for you for that. Oh, lots of you coming in for that. Well, it's nearly ready for the beach. Make it now, ready in time for the beach. I think, you know what, if you want to get into bag making, I'm sure Jamie will tell you about this, but I think that this one might be quite a nice one. There's a couple of tricky things, but on the whole, it's a nice little bag to make if you want to get into bag making. So, this is the one that Jamie's made. In this bundle, you do get brand new fabric here. You get 1 metre of this. You get 1 metre of the spot on red. Half a navy, half an ivory. I had to put white in there myself, because this is all white, isn't it? But this is new. Look at this. Oh. Water resistant, this. Look, this is what you get. You get the metre. Oh, this is nice. It's 100% poly, but the backing is like a plasticky, rubbery. I'll ask Jamie about it when we go over. It's what? UV protective. Oh, I wonder what that means. You can make a thingy out of it, could you then? Oh, well, I'll find out. We'll find out. Anyway, that's the bundle there. So you get 3 metres. So you get 1 metre of the stripe, 1 metre of the spot, and half a metre of the other 2. That's the one that Jamie's already made, right? Now, and there's the bag. Now the one that he's going to be demonstrating, you get 1 metre of your stripe. This is nice. Now, I think when I was a child, we had something in the gut. This pattern immediately takes me back, and I don't know why. It'll come to me. So you get 1 metre of that. You get 1 metre of your linear in, is it dusty blue? Oh, duck egg. And then you get half a metre of your spot and half a metre of your bijou. That's grapefruit. If you had a grapefruit that colour, you wouldn't eat it, would you? Anyway, and stone. Beautiful, more subtle colours. That's the one Jamie's going to be demonstrating with. Then I have 2 other versions. This one here, which is lovely. This one, isn't it? So you get the blue and white stripe. In the water-resistant fabric, metre of that, 1 metre of the navy, half a metre of your spot-on, and half a metre of your ivory. Well, I'd have called the red, white and blue one nautical. I wouldn't call this one nautical. Paul's saying this one's nautical. Red, white and blue is nautical. No, red, white and blue is what you call nautical in fashion. So this is lovely. I think it's a kind of beach... Yeah, like those American houses that are like the wood, and you have like the lovely soft blues in there and things like that. Anyway, $22.49 for all that fabric. And then look at this one. This one's unusual. Love this fabric. Hot holidays, we're thinking. Hot holiday beach bag. So we've got here 1 metre of that, which again is the same fabric. 1 metre of your black, half a metre of your orange, half a metre of your white. £20.49. Oh, they called it jungle stripe, that one. If you wore that in the jungle, I think you'd be in trouble. Yeah. £20 and 49 pence. I was thinking hot beach holidays, not jungle. And of course, you can go, when you go on a jungle adventure, you go like this, don't you? Well, let's go and see some tigers, shall we? Like that, don't you? Anyway, oh no, before I go. Thermalan. This is what it's lined with. You could use other waddings, but if you're going to use it to keep things chilled or keep things warm, then put some Thermalan in. £4.49, you get a metre in there, which would be plenty. Okay, right, let's go and meet Jamie, because you've not met Jamie yet. Well, some of you will actually recognise him, because he has been on telly before, haven't you?
I have.
How are you?
I'm very well, how are you, John?
Good, thank you, very good. Now, Jamie, why might they recognise you then?
Well, back in 2016, I think it was, I was on the Great British Sewing Bee.
Were you on the same one as Charlotte?
Charlotte who won it, yep, absolutely. I saw her on the other day.
Oh yeah. She's on with us as well. And because that was the last. That was, you might have been a while ago, but it was the last series, wasn't it? It was the one before this one, because there's been quite a big gap in between.
Yeah.
So were you a sewer before you went on to that show?
I was lucky. My grandmother taught me to sew from when I was a really small little boy, and I've sort of always kept up with sewing. And back in 2014, getting married, wanted some waistcoats for myself and groomsmen, so I thought I'm going to make them, and that really got me back into sewing full time, basically.
Oh wow! And then so that was before
the sewing bee.
Well, then you said bake off, though. You got that completely wrong.
No, I don't do baking.
No, that was before the sewing bee.
Yeah.
So then, since the sewing bee, because it wasn't your profession before, was it?
No, I was a teacher before, and I gave up teaching to look after my little boy Harry, who's just turned 4, and carried on sewing just more and more, which has been great. Then we had another little boy, George, so I'm sort of looking after the two of them and sewing in between.
Oh, so you're a house?
I'm a house husband.
I don't mean that surprisingly.
No.
I don't know why I said it surprisingly, because I think it's fantastic. So you can do a job that you love from home.
Absolutely.
And you can watch it, because so many men don't miss out on their children growing up, don't they? Because they're usually, stereotypically, the ones that are going out to work every day, aren't they? How lovely, though, that you can do it.
I'm very lucky.
And you live, you don't have to tell us where you live, but you live in a lovely part of the country as well, which is fabulous for kids to play.
Yeah.
Like
we live on a farm in the middle of nowhere, basically. So
perfect, absolutely perfect. So, but it's your career, basically your career now.
It is, yeah. I mean, since sort of since the sewing bee, really.
And now I follow you on, do I follow you on Instagram or Facebook? What's your...
Both, I think. I think you've got me on both.
Okay, because you're Devon something.
Male Devon Sewing. Male
Devon Sewing. So if you want to go and have a look, you don't mind people adding
No, absolutely.
Male Devon Sewing. You'll see all the story of the waistcoats and everything on there. Okay, so the first challenge we've given you, in the next hour, in Jamie's next hour, we're actually making his waistcoat pattern and his hat pattern, which is quite a challenge in 1 hour.
It is.
But we're using the Sewing Quarter exclusive wools. But for the first one, we thought we'd just gently egg you in with a little beach bag. And we're not going to make the whole thing, but you're just going to show us, aren't you, the techniques that you need to use to do this. Yeah, I mean, I don't make a huge amount of bags.
No.
However,
things like this are great. We love camping, so something like this would be brilliant to go camping.
Yeah.
The actual pattern itself is really nice. It'd be good for beginners, no problem at all. But there are a few little things that perhaps, need to be discussed
and also,
to help people along.
Every day we get brand new people just watching, just finding us and everything. And they may never, ever have made a bag before. So what we think is something, it's really, really simple, to a complete beginner, be like, what's he doing that for? So you're just going to show a few of the techniques today.
Absolutely.
So this is what you've made here already.
Yep.
You're going to show pocket.
I'm going to show the pocket on the front.
And
the strap. I'm going to show you a little technique with the strap, and then...
what I think I didn't show you over there is, look, it's got this little drawstring inside, like an inner. So if you have got things chilling in there, you keep your top, and also if you're going to the beach, keep the sand out of your sandwiches and things like that. All right, what are you going to show first then?
Okay, first of all, I've cut one of our fronts, and then it's nice because the pattern hasn't got too many pieces. There is a front and a back, which forms the bottom and the side. So you've only got two pieces.
Literally 2 pieces.
Yeah, it's 2 pieces like that. But we've got the Thermalan needs to be put onto the back.
Now, is Thermalan iron-on or is Thermalan sew-on?
No, this is sew-on.
Okay.
So what I recommend, because it does move around, it's a bit like fleece.
Yeah.
If you've got a walking foot, use it, because it will make your life so much easier.
Okay, perfect.
Nice big long stitch length, so as big as your machine will go. And literally, the seam allowances are 13 mil, or half an inch, whatever we want to call it.
Okay.
So less than that. So
are you inches or centimetres?
I am inches normally, but I can work in both.
No, I learnt in inches, and that's what I work in.
But if we said 10 mil, just going to whiz round.
So you're sewing round the outside within the seam allowance?
Within the seam allowance, just to catch.
The thing is with bags, as long as you stick to the same all the time, it doesn't really matter what seam allowance you use. No, if it's half an inch or 3/4, you know what I mean? Because as long it's not going to fit.
Oh, hang on, broken it.
Oh, which one of you have you got the dookie? No, what you need to do, I'll tell you what you're doing.
Oh, I'm pressing the wrong bit.
You're pressing the wrong bit of the foot pedal.
It's the chopping off bit, isn't it? That's me. That's because I'm stood up.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right.
Right, so you have to.
That's better.
That's it. So on this lovely dookie machine, the foot pedal you press the front of it, where you put your foot differently to normal, your foot pedal goes on the front to sew forward, but if you press the back, it cuts the thread and lifts the foot up. So
it does. Now, the thermal, even with a walking foot, will move.
Yes.
It's just, it's very loose, but don't worry too much about that. As long as you catch it in place, and it is literally just to hold it while we carry on with the rest of the bag. You can see it starts to move on its own.
Yes, yeah.
There we go. Don't worry about being accurate. Just get it in place.
So what did you teach then?
I taught IT, computing.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah, and then I went into special educational needs and deaf education.
I trained as a teacher as well, you see.
I know.
And I did English and drama. And when I did my final teaching practice at Garforth Comp in Leeds, the most satisfying classes were the children, either the children who had special needs or the children who at 13 they'd already given up on them. And I was like, I'd never come across it when I was at school. No. And the fact that I went to this school and they went, oh, they're on non-examination. I was like, how do they know at 13? Because I didn't I'm saying I'm bright, but I didn't come into my own until I was 14, 15, going towards my O levels. At 13, I would have been put in that class.
I didn't come into my own until I was in my 40s.
Oh, well, I'm not 40 yet, you see, so I wouldn't know that. Right, okay, so what
when the thermalant, if it moves, just trim it up in the corners. It really doesn't matter. Now, the pattern itself, like I say, it's dead straightforward. There's only 4 pieces all in all to use. However, it's very easy to mess things up because I did.
Oh, already?
Well, the front has got a pocket on it.
Right.
Okay, which is this white round there.
Right.
So you've got this little compartment. Yeah. When you cut your fabric, it looks relatively square, and there are no markings to say, but it tells you just to fold it. If you fold it the wrong way, you end up with a pocket which is too short.
Oh,
so before you sew, fold your pocket piece and make sure that it's
the right length. So if you fold it that way, it's still going to look right, but when you come to sew it, it's going to be too short. And it does go right the way into the side seams.
It goes into the side seams, and that's why it's very easy to think, well, that's
no, this is why you're here, to point these things out.
So make sure, before you do it, just measure that that's going to be...
So you fold it in half, right sides together.
We're going to sew ½ inch seam just along the top. Yeah, you can't see it because it's on the inside.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Okay,
perfect.
So, remembering to adjust my stitch length back again.
Oh, right, okay.
So we don't want it too big.
That should just go down when you press it.
There we go.
There you go. Tracy, Jamie Kemp is great. He helped me sort the threading of my overlocker. He is great at explaining things. That's Tracy from Suffolk.
Thank you, Tracy.
Suffolk's nowhere near where you live.
No, I don't know where Suffolk is.
Oh?
I don't even know where Suffolk is. Where is it?
It's the other side. It's that bit there, isn't it?
Oh, it's there, yeah.
Caroline has said, welcome, Jamie. Your helpful website got me and my overlocker back into saying, oh, obviously you're a whiz at overlockers. John, you're gorgeous ever. Shut up, Caroline. Thank you, though. That's sweet. Lots of kisses for both of us on that one, Caroline.
Okay.
Right.
So we've got this. We need to press that seam open very quickly. Press it in the middle. Thank you. Look at that.
I would do your own. Oh, you could do it with the sleeve board, really.
No, it's okay, because you're going to turn it out.
Okay.
So we're just going to press that seam open.
Yeah. Are you a steam boy or a not steam boy?
It depends what I'm doing.
Okay. On this?
Probably not, because it's a nice lightweight fabric. It presses nicely. Later on, when we do the...
We'll come to that in a second. We'll talk about the ironing of this one in a second.
Okay, so there's our pocket piece.
Right.
And you can see the seam. Pop the seam in the centre.
Oh,
okay.
I see. Because I couldn't work out where the seam was on there.
Yeah.
You literally
Just
roll it around so the seam's in the middle of the back. Got it.
Okay. And then we've marked, there are markings for
so
the placement of the pocket.
Okay.
Okay, so if I quickly just...
Yeah.
Sorry?
No, that's...
Press it so it's just a bit tidier.
Oh, Caroline lives near you then, because look, Caroline's from Devon. So she's a local.
Oh, there we go. Locals.
Yeah, you can't get away with it now.
So the pocket is about ½ an inch up from the bottom edge.
So this is the bottom of your bag here?
So this is the bottom of the bag, which goes underneath. This is the bottom edge here.
Right.
So the corner of your bag comes up. So the actual pocket is just off of the bottom.
Perfect.
And again, what you can do, we can quickly baste down the side, but along the bottom, we're going to edge stitch it all the way along.
Like a top stitch?
Like a top stitch.
Yep.
Try and keep it as neat and tidy and as close as you can. But because you only need to baste the side seams.
Yes.
So that's...
So it's just hold them in place?
Just to hold it in place.
But so the two, so you go down the side seams just basting it in place.
Yeah.
But the one across the bottom, you're going to see that one.
We're going to see it.
That one needs to be unique.
So we need to get that one nice and neat.
Yeah.
So we can stop the machine right on the edge.
Yeah.
Which is great. Turn, make sure we've got our stitch length. I mean, I usually like to up the stitch length slightly for top stitching.
Yes, yes, yes.
And we're just going to go along very carefully.
And obviously at home, would you use a thread that is the same colour as your pocket?
It depends. I mean, I used a lighter colour thread on the bag because it picks out the lighter.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, if you're happy top stitching, some people hate top stitching because, you know, they find it gets all wobbly. If you're happy doing it, go for a contrast. Just, you know, make something stand out.
Yeah, oh yeah. But if you're a bit worried about doing a line, then...
Use a similar colour. Okay, so there's pockets in place.
Okay, and you do that so you do that on both sides, so
you do that on both sides.
This is the front and the back, or the back, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Now, I've gone a bit crazy with this one. For the bag that I did there, I just used some of the blue, which is, you know, matches
part of the bundle. Part of the bundle, yeah.
For this one, I thought I'll try something different, and I've actually used the fabric.
Oh, okay. So for the strap, you mean? Yeah.
2 reasons. One, it's waterproof.
Yeah.
Which is great, and you don't have to put interfacing in it because this is a lot stronger.
Oh, okay.
Because of the plastic on the back.
Now, little Paul wants me to talk about this ironing of your main fabric because it's the water shower proof.
Yeah. You can iron it on the right side with a, you know, not too hot.
Yeah.
Don't iron it on the back, because this will...
Oh, no, I thought you wouldn't been able to iron either side, but it's all right to iron from the top with a cool iron.
With a cool iron.
Do not iron on the wrong
Don't do it on the
side.
back, because it will...
Will that melt onto your iron?
It will come off.
Okay.
The fabric itself doesn't melt, but the sort of fine layer of glue-like stuff.
What is it? Yes, it's
like PVA stuff.
Yes, exactly.
That will ball up and it will get stuck
on
your...
What did you say it was called? PU, did you say it was called, Paul?
Right, let me find my bit.
Yeah. Oh, no, that was you, thing. Helen, great to see Jamie on the telly. I follow him on Facebook, and he is an inspiration to me. That's from Helen in Devon.
Hey, I've got the Devon followers today.
Yeah, totally. Right.
Okay, strap. So what I've done...
Oh, no, isn't that funny? I presumed you were going to cut it
no,
up one
I said
colour.
I'm going to do it...
No. I thought you were going to cut it up using one of those
I thought
colours.
of that, but then I thought, no, I'm going to make it really stand out. The good thing, and I'm using the Wonder Clip type things, because you don't want to put too many pins in this, being waterproof. It's all right when you're working in the seam allowance. With the strap, it's a really small 1/4 inch 6mm seam,
right?
Which we're going to run down. The instructions tell you to sew sort of to the middle, leave a gap.
Oh, so you can
the
turn
rest
it
so you can turn it through, but we're not going to do that because it's a bit of a fuss then having to close that seam.
So you're not sewing across the top. You're literally just going to sew all the way down the seam.
Just all down the long side.
Okay.
With, like I say, a nice The walking foot helps with this because
Yes,
it will try to shift.
So now, when you did the one out of the blue cotton, did you put interfacing in it?
Yeah. Otherwise, it will just stretch out of shape.
Yeah.
And you get enough fabric. You get plenty of the waterproof fabric to make straps.
Yeah, because you get a metre of it.
You get a metre.
It's incredibly wide. You must have loads left over.
To be honest, you could probably make two of these bags with straps.
Out of the whole bundle?
Out of the bundle, if you were careful.
Oh, there you go. So that makes the price even better then, doesn't it? Also, you don't have to have, if you don't want the gathered infill on the top, you don't have to have that, I suppose, yeah.
No, absolutely, you can leave that off. Okay. Right. So, strap.
No one straps.
Right sides together, obviously, sewn down, but now we've got to turn it.
What?
You've got to turn it through now.
I haven't got my turning tool with me.
Okay, little trick. Piece of ribbon.
Right.
And a bodkin or some heavy duty thing. Slide it down. Give it a shake.
Yeah, give it a shake.
Give it a shake, falls out. And we're going to take that all the way to the bottom.
Okay.
And it should slip through pretty quick because...
Yeah, it's pretty quick. Is it going?
Yeah, it's slowly going down. Where are we? Won't work now on telly, see?
No, of course
now I'm
not.
on telly.
There you go. There it's going now. Just give it a bit of a shove.
So let it fall through.
Right. So that doesn't have to be any sort of posh ribbon.
No, just a piece.
It's come through, right?
Okay, so it's come through the end.
Right.
As you can see there. Take the ribbon to there. And what we're going to do, we're just going to sew a line. Don't backstitch or anything, just sew a line of stitching close to the top.
All right.
Across the end.
Okay.
Like that.
Right.
So that's simple. And hopefully, if we've done this right, when we pull this, we can gather this all up. And you might have to give it a little tweak to poke it down in through the end.
Yeah.
But once you get that going, you can start pulling that through. Like I say, just get it, get it once it's started.
Well, it was like putting the bodkin through the end, wasn't it?
Once it starts to go, it will just pull all the way through. And you haven't got to then think about hand stitching.
No. Oh, there you go.
So, we just put it through. Make sure. Oh no, I've broken it. Oh, there we go. That's all right. Don't panic.
No, I'm not panicking.
I am.
No, don't be silly. No, but it does mean then that you haven't. We just pulled that too hard.
I just pulled it too hard.
And also, presume you've only done it in this cotton. You haven't done it in the.
Well, no, I did it on. I'll show you.
Oh, you've got one on
I've
your
got
bench,
one.
so you could have got away with it.
Yeah, no, but I wanted to show how you can do it. So there we go with the strap.
Nice.
Which is then placed into place in your markings.
Nice. Okay. You're right. Do you want me to get sort of pokey through? We think.
Got a pokey thing?
Can we have Derek the Dobber?
We'll find a pokey thing.
Yeah.
But the ribbon does work if you don't pull it too hard and perhaps use a better quality ribbon.
Yes. No. I just need Derek the Dobber out my drawer, and that'll be fine. Just finished off.
Yeah.
Do we need this to carry on with the next bit?
No, we can leave the handle off for now if you want.
Yeah. You carry on. I'll just get Derek the Dobber delivered, and we can carry on.
So, the handle placed markings on here.
Yeah.
And we sew up to wherever it's marked on the pattern.
Okay. Oh, yes, it doesn't go right the way to the top.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
So we sew up, across, and all the way back down.
Yeah.
Just a nice top stitch, edge stitch.
Brilliant.
Which is done. Oh, there we go. You've got your.
Thank God, Derek the Dobber.
Well done.
Oh no, Derek the Dobber might not be long enough. Because I've got too much. I need a chopstick now, really, don't I?
I didn't bring any chopsticks.
Oh, Jesse's got a chopstick in his bag from last night, apparently. Have you, Jesse? Run it down for me. I'm getting there.
That's good.
So, what would be the next bit to do if we carry on doing this bit?
So, we'll put the strap onto this side.
Just put the strap on there, yeah.
Okay. You've got then your two halves made with your strap, pocket, and obviously the thermolam on the back. The next step would be to place them right sides together, so the straps are touching and pockets are touching.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're going to sew the bottom edge.
Yeah, I'm getting there. So let's do the bottom, because you don't need to put the strap on yet, do we?
We can put the strap on it.
Yeah.
So the bottom edge.
Oh yeah, I've got chopsticks. Flipping heck. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Oh, did you know there was another message?
Oh.
I've still got Helen's. Oh no, Ian in Surrey's message in apparently. Let's have a look at Ian's. I haven't got a message. Hello, John and Jamie, it says.
Thank you, hello.
Good to see a man sewing on the show. Excuse me, I've sewn on the show before. Who's it from? Say, oh, Ian. Ian, who's, but not Byron, it's not Byron. Ian has just started sewing, he had to sew in his bedroom. He's on Facebook, if you follow. He's always got these little sarcastic comments about me, haven't you, Ian? Anyway, he made a lovely patchwork yesterday. I'm getting there, sorry.
Actually, I'm thinking we can't go too far.
Why?
Because the
Does the strap go in the
goes
bottom?
into the bottom.
Oh no! What time is it?
No, it's all right.
No, because I've got to recap the fabrics. So
Okay.
if I leave this, I'm nearly there.
You recap.
I'll go and recap if you're all right pushing those through.
If I don't break the chopsticks.
Right, here we go. You all right with that? Yeah. Is it working? Yeah. Pattern. Very popular. Half the stock has gone already. £7.99, but you've got big bag, little bag, bottle holder, casserole cover, carrier, and your hot pad, hot pants. Hot pants? No, hot pad. £7.99. Oh, what's the matter? There we go, £7.99. Bundles. This is the one that Jamie had already made. So you get a metre of your showerproof fabric. You get a metre of your red spot on, and you get half a metre of your navy, half a metre of your ivory, £25.99. Very nautical. And that makes, oh no, there's the stem, and that will make this one. So then the next one is the one that Jamie is showing us how to do, which is this one here. It looks like an ice cream, doesn't it? Neapolitan ice cream, maybe. Oh dear, ye oldie beachy, Jessie's saying. I think they all need to get out more, don't they, upstairs? It's called Sandy Beach. It's not Oldie Beach, Sandy Beach. Right, so you get a metre of your waterproof, a metre of your duck egg, half a metre of your grapefruit, half a metre of your stone, £27.49. Then this one, which I think is my favourite, this next one. This one's not your nautical one. Your red, white and blue is your nautical one. This one is your metre of your showerproof fabric, a metre of your navy, half a metre of your spot on, half a metre of your ivory. Blue and navy, small, it's just called blue and navy, that one. £22.49. Little Paul wants to rename it to nautical. He'd be wrong. And then this one, right, so why is that one only called navy, but this one's called jungle? Metre of your jungle. Very popular though. Metre of your black, half a metre of your orange, half a metre of your white, excuse me, £20.49. Paul's thinking that's for the non-shy people, he's saying. Extroverted people, he's saying. You don't have to be extroverted at all if you don't want to be. It could be the way of showing your inner personality. Anyway, I've got Thermolan as well. This is the Thermolan tonight. You get a metre piece in this bag. If you buy two, you'll get two bags like this. They don't come joined together. Worse. £4.49. Vaseline Thermolan compressed sew-in white fleece. £4.49. Right, let's get back. Oh, yes, sorry. Now, we haven't got to this bit in the bag yet, but there's a drawstring at the top, and we've got little bundles of piping cord and your little toggles. Now, I need to warn you, there's not as many of these as there are bag bundles. So please be careful. Please be careful. That's the white one. So the white one would go with these two, I think. And I've got them also in black. So you get the black piping cord and the black toggles. $5.49. Then, if you want to be a little bit posh. Oh no, I'd put that with this one. But you'd have to get your piping cord separate because I've just got these separately here. Rose gold. It's not real rose gold, obviously. Rose gold coloured. See, Jessie and I will put it with this one. Paul would put it with jungle. $3.49. Paul's always wrong, yeah. Right, let's go. Right.
Okay.
Sorted?
Yep.
Brilliant.
So, if in doubt, if that doesn't work, use chopsticks.
Yes, Jessie's chopsticks. They aren't used. Oh, no, you haven't used those, have you, Jessie?
So, I've just pressed it with the seam in the centre.
Oh, okay, so you should use the iron on it.
Just gently pressed it over.
Yeah.
When you put the strap along, there's markings on the pattern for you to follow. Just make sure you don't end up with it a twist in it. You know, it's easy to do.
Yeah.
So just come down and wear. And we're just going to sew edge stitch up to the markings and back down on both sides.
Okay, perfect.
So we'll do that very quickly.
Yeah, no, you're all right. We're only halfway through the show. It's fine.
Oh, that's okay. The next bit takes all the show.
Do what?
The next bit will take all the rest of it.
Oh, okay.
No, it won't. You're okay.
How long did it take you to make it from start to finish, or did you not sit down and do it as a project?
I
to feed the kids in the middle.
Yeah. I think, realistically, if you cut your pieces out, you could put this together within the hour.
Oh, crikey.
Yeah.
Okay, then. After you've done your cutting
Yeah,
out.
your cutting and, marking bits and not have to rely on chopsticks. You will, I would say within an hour.
So it's an afternoon's project.
Yeah, it's
a
nice afternoon's project. And like I say, you could probably make two.
Well, yeah, I think you could, because you get a metre of your this fabric, the waterproof fabric, and it's only a front and a back that you've made out, and you've made straps out of yours. Yeah. You get a metre of this fabric, which is your lining fabric, and then half a metre of your blue, which on this one was only for your straps.
That's right. So
then your ivory, which is your pocket. Oh, I suppose you could put the blue on the pocket on the front, couldn't you? But I think there's plenty. They might not be the same. You might, if you made this one, you might have a blue pocket on one and a white strap and a white pocket, and you know what I mean? But you could
mix and
get
match
two out of that. Or make the great big one, because the big one's very similar, just big, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It's practically the same.
Yeah, look, I'll show you the back of what Jane was saying that. This is the one we're making here. Look, the big one just looks like a bigger version, doesn't it?
The bigger one has got the drawstring as well.
And it's got the drawstring on the top, so maybe you make two of those and one of those. Or of course you can make the casserole. Oh, no, I wouldn't make the casserole carrier out of the waterproof fabric, because the heat might affect the waterproofness.
Absolutely. That's a good point.
Anyway, that's fine.
Okay, so
right, so you've got front and a back.
Two fronts and backs, which also are sides and bottom.
Yep.
Pop them together, right sides together. Obviously take your time to make sure your straps and everything else line up neatly. Yep. And we're going to sew along the bottom with a...
I just did, Paul.
½ inch seam.
So you across the bottom first?
Across the bottom, yeah.
That walking foot's really helping now,
makes a huge difference, yeah. I would recommend also probably using a heavier needle.
Oh, I was going to ask you, yes.
Perhaps a jeans needle in this.
Right.
It's not massively thick, but because of the plastic in there, it will...
Paul wants to know, did you ask Jean first? I'm ever so sorry about this. You'll get used to it.
So there's our bag together.
Please don't laugh at Paul's joke.
I don't know, I'm not laughing.
No. Okay. So what do you say you're doing now?
So we've done that. We're going to press that seam open.
Right. Oh.
It's literally just to put it flat. Now, if you consider the fact this is a bag,
yes,
the weak point on the bag is the handles and the bottom.
Yes.
With the handles, they're not going anywhere. They've been stitched up very well.
Yeah.
What I recommend you do is put a zigzag stitch across the seam, across the bottom.
Right.
It just reinforces it and keeps the seam allowance.
Yeah. How funny! I've never seen that before. Nice idea.
It just makes it that little bit stronger.
So it's just a wide zigzag.
Just a wide zigzag. And you're just making sure that your seam allowances are
Stay open.
stay open.
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay.
Okay. So bag's there, it's at the bottom, nobody's going to see.
Yeah.
Right sides together again.
Right.
We're going to sew the side seams.
Okay.
Straight down both sides again.
Oh, now just notice your thermaland's not gone all the way to the top.
No, it doesn't, because you're going to turn the top edge of this bag over when the lining goes in. I know it confused me.
I wasn't thinking there was a mistake.
It confused me when I was like, why does it not go all the way to the top?
Yeah, we haven't mentioned that.
Okay, make sure your pockets are lined up in the edge where they should be if you've sewn them in the right place. And again, make sure we're on straight stitch.
Yeah, don't put a zigzag down the side.
That's always there. Come on. That's it.
There you go.
But yes, the walking foot, because you're working over the thermalan and the fabric itself could be a little bit slippery, makes a huge difference.
Yes. A lot of our experts never take their walking foot off. They leave their walking foot on all the time on their machine.
I think for me, it depends what you're making. I mean, I don't do a huge amount of bag making.
No.
If I did, I probably would leave it on all the time.
Now, could you consider yourself as a seamstress? No, what would you call yourself? Seamster, is it?
Seamster, could be a seamster or tailor.
Tailor. You see, because when I was learning, a tailor only did. I know it's a bit putting people into categories. You see, I was at Wimbledon. And I was sharing a house with my friend Dulcie. Her in the second year, she specialised in tailoring, and I specialised in ladies pattern cutting and wig making. Yeah. So she always called herself a tailor because that's what she was doing, and I would always call myself a dressmaker or couturier if I was at Vogue. Couturier if I was at Vogue. It's a person that makes couture clothes, Paul. Right. Okay. Go to the corner.
Okay. So we've done both sides.
Yeah.
And this is the great bit. This is why we've got this bit chopped out the side. Bring it together, right sides together with your...
Now, there's a lot to go through there, though, isn't there?
There is, but it's not too thick. That's the good thing. Like I say, with a decent needle in there, you're not going to go wrong. And again, it's just a ½ inch seam.
Perfect.
Now, you know, I didn't bother to press that open because you can just press it with your fingers.
Oh, yes.
Don't worry too much.
So what do you make... You say you don't make bags roughly. Are you known for making men's clothes, ladies' clothes?
Men's and women.
Yeah.
I do like sort of tweeds and wools and natural fabrics. But then I've made some crazy garments before now for people.
Oh yes.
So it's very much. Yeah, I like to try different things.
I was going to say, because my company was called Etiquette and Outrage because I was asked to do really, really formal ladies. I only ever made ladies after I'd left college. I mean, I made men's clothes, costumes when I was making costumes, but actual for fashion wear, I only took on commissions to make ladies things. Mm-hmm. I did do Elton John's thing, but I didn't actually sit and sew it. I kind of created the whole of Elton John stuff. I didn't sit and sew them. I got makers to sew it. But you could do, because they were period garments. I don't class period garments as odd, like pantaloons and big kind of things like that. I don't think I think of your tailoring like the beautiful coat you were wearing when you came in today. He was wearing a really I presume you made it, did you?
I did.
Like a gorgeous tweed coat that he was wearing when he came in this morning. I don't think I could make it, but I wouldn't say that was my speciality. Whereas if you wanted a taffeta ball gown with lovely everything going on, then I'd be your man.
That's it. Yeah. Absolutely. So there we are with.
How many minutes have we got, Jess? 14. Okay, 14.
14. Lovely.
Yeah.
So there's our bag.
Yeah.
And obviously we can now turn it right ways out.
Yeah.
Bag's made for the bulk of the bag.
No, Jess, it's linings, do you?
I've already done the lining because I'm not going to show you.
No, because the lining pieces are the same, aren't
they? It's exactly the same, apart from they're cut. That's the shorter version, the same as the thermalan.
So in the pattern, is there a pattern piece for the lining and a pattern piece for the body, or you just cut the lining?
It says cut here for lining.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
So that then would become, we will fold that over and press it by the 25 millimetres or inch, which goes around the top.
Yeah.
So
but you don't actually see that then, apart from that fold.
Just that very edge.
Yeah.
So the lining is constructed in exactly the same method.
Okay.
Just didn't zigzag along the bottom.
No. So you've done your side seams, you did across the bottom,
yeah,
and then you folded your box bottom corners and just machined across there.
Yeah. Okay. The bit that could catch people out is the drawstring.
Yes.
And it caught me out when I first looked at it. I'm not sure where this is going. So what I've done, I've actually cut. It's 2 pieces of fabric. They're identical.
Right.
But I've cut them in 2 different colours, so it will make more sense.
Okay. So in the real bag, you've cut them out in the same. In this one, you've cut both sides out in the red spot. But just for the demonstration,
for the demonstration, I've done them in 2 different colours.
Brilliant.
Right sides together.
Yeah.
On the pattern piece, you can see the seam running down the side, but there's also a mark of probably 5/8 of an inch that's marked where you've got to leave your stitching.
That's your channel?
Which is, well, it's for the buttonhole eye.
Oh, okay.
Because it's actually in the seam.
Right.
So I've marked it. You only need to mark it on one side of the centre line, not on both sides. Otherwise, you'd end up with 4.
Yeah. So there's just 2. There's one either side, but they're not in the dead centre. They're above the centre line.
They're above centre line, yeah. So we're going to...
The white cord, by the way, is sold out, by the way. The white cord and white tug all sold out.
So we're going to sew down to the line. To the line, and just backstitch a little bit, and then we're going to go across the line and complete there.
Right.
Don't worry about finishing off the seams, the stitching, because it's all going to get closed and sewn over. And we're going to do the same again down this side.
Okay, so you've just jumped. So the bit where it's got the 2 marks, you've sewn from the top down to the mark, reversed, lifted, started again, reversed, and gone down. So you just haven't sewn where the 2 holes are.
No.
Okay, brilliant. Kim, hello John, hello Jamie, love the pattern and the fabric. Does the pattern come in the fabric bundle? No, it's separate, my love Kim, just so you can choose. I'll be doing that at the end for you. Missed it, was up the garden mowing the lawn. Oh, was it a nice day? No. So this time last year we were snowed in.
Do you know what, I thought that the other day. Yeah.
I couldn't get into work. No, this is the week that I was in my house and I got snowed in my house. And then we came to stay after that, yeah.
Okay, so we've got, you can see the little gap where you just left a thread. And we're going to press those seams open. And because it's a nice big piece of fabric, don't worry about anything else. Literally open it up and press straight down the centre of the seam.
So now, in real life, these would be both the same fabric?
Yes.
Whichever fabric you've chosen to do your drawstring in, they'd be in the same fabric.
Absolutely. And the only reason I've chosen to do it in 2 fabrics, it will make it clearer when it's finished. Yeah.
Like the generation game, this,
isn't it?
Did you practice at home?
When I made that.
Oh, no.
Oh, I didn't.
I think, I always think it's all very well making it, because you're making it in your own time. And then suddenly when you come on, you think, I've got 50 minutes to make this. It's
difficult to try and judge how much you can do.
Yeah.
But
the thing is, we're not aiming to finish. We just want to get the tips done and everything, so that's fine.
So we can now turn this
through.
So we've got the right side.
So this is only the drawstring bit. This isn't the lining, because you've made your lining
made
green,
already. Yeah.
And in theory, both of those would be the green as well. Yeah.
And you'll be able to see.
Oh yes.
There's our little gap where we left the gap of the stitching.
Okay.
What you need to do is edge stitch around that, or top stitch around it, perhaps 6 millimetres all the way around.
All right.
Making sure, and it's a bit tricky because you have got, fabric in the way and you've got to bunch things up.
Yes. But it's easy once you've got it in.
It's easy in there, so just sort of...
Oh no, it's supposed to be, it's easy this bit, but then when you turn it round, it's going to bunch up.
Yeah.
I'll let you do that, because June in Oxford said, I love all of Jamie's tips. You can tell he thinks it all the way through. Come back on TV lots, and that's June in Oxfordshire.
Thank you, June. Okay, so we're just going to... And all this is to do is to reinforce it. Last thing you want is obviously your... I keep lifting the presser foot up and it does that.
Yeah, it does it for you.
Now I put it up, yeah. Okay. So this is where the
I'll show you once it's
cord's
stitched what we've done. Oh.
Ooh, there we go.
Right, look, so you've just literally stitched around. Can you see that? Yeah, you just literally stitched around the hole, just to reinforce it, to reinforce it. And you do that on both. We won't do it now, but we'll
and you do exactly the same on the opposite side.
Okay.
Now you fold wrong sides together,
right,
top to bottom.
Right.
Which, and this is the bit that
threw
initially confused. I'm thinking, but I don't understand where this is going to be.
But the instructions told you quite thoroughly what to do.
Yeah, they're very clear. I'm just thinking, but I don't understand where that's going to where it's going to end up.
Yeah.
Keep your seams together along the edge.
Yeah.
Okay. And what you'll end up with is when it's folded with raw edges together.
Yeah.
You can see your little opening.
Yeah. Which is just down from the top.
Which is just down from the top. We can sew all the way around to form a channel.
So where exactly are you sewing then?
There is a mark on the pattern, but you're sewing literally 1/4 of an inch above your opening
eyelet.
and below.
Oh, okay, okay. Ooh.
Just to keep it relatively. So it's
right, hang on.
There you go.
This, we are a bit unfair. We make our experts sew standing up, but also on a machine that they've never used before.
Yeah.
Carol sent a nice message in. Jamie is a natural. I hope we see more of him. Carol, naughty.
Thank you.
There's a lot of Jamie love going on today.
That's nice. That's nice. That's what I want to hear.
Brought your family tuning in?
I hope so, yeah. There should be Lou, my wife.
Oh, are the boys a bit school?
No, because Harry's 4, so he doesn't start until September. No, George is 2.5.
Oh, so they haven't. Oh, you haven't. Oh, so you've got
and the wife has a Friday off.
Time.
Yeah, yeah. Harry does go to preschool on a Monday and Tuesday, which is nice.
But just living on a farm must be like the amount they're going to learn. Do you know what I mean? Because the farm, you just live on the farm.
Yeah.
You're not a farmer.
We're not
You're not a farming family. You just live on the farm.
We just live on the farm.
So what's your wife called?
Lou.
Lou, you watching, Lou?
Okay, so we've sewn around the top.
Yep.
And we do exactly the same, but lower down.
Okay, perfect.
And then we're pretty well good to go.
That's fine, because we've got about 4 minutes left on demo.
Lovely. I keep confusing the machine, that's what it is.
Yes. Bring your own next time.
I will. Obviously, I'm eyeing this. I'm not.
Oh yes, yeah. But in reality,
we've been
marked up.
up.
Yes, because the thing is, if somebody's sewing at home, they're doing it for the joy, for the fun. You're just you do in real life, but being demonstrating, you're here to demonstrate.
Absolutely. So you take a lot more time and care.
Yes.
So there we go. So we're back to the start. Now that, of course, then provides a channel
for you to put your piping
all the way around, and there's your openings on both sides.
Yep. Oh, okay. So right.
So what you're going to do is you're going to put
one going through
that way. That way.
Yep.
Round.
And one that way.
And one that way.
And you haven't got any, Jamie. You literally just got a safety pin on the end.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not using any complicated.
No, that's fine. But you do need to do one going from this end right the way through and back again.
So it comes out in and out the same hole.
Yes, yeah, to come in out the same hole, so you've got that pull. Otherwise, you're going to have it like an old-fashioned drawstring if you come out the two different sides. Okay. We won't bother doing that because I just want to see how that's attached to all of this.
And then all of this is simple. If you think you're lining, because people get confused with lining because linings are inside out when they're on the inside.
Quick question: have you left? Is there a turning? Do you need a turning thing?
No, not at all.
Okay, carry on. Carry on.
You place your drawstring section.
Yeah. Now, would you have put your drawstrings in already?
No, I left them to the end.
To the end, yeah.
Otherwise, they get in the way.
Yeah.
The last thing you want to do is sew your drawstring up to it. Obviously, lining up your seams at the sides.
Yeah.
So you put the bag on the inside of your lining.
Right. So you've got
the drawstrings on the inside of your lining bag.
Yeah.
And you sew around that.
Okay.
Keeping your seams lined up.
How many minutes have we got, Jesse? Oh yeah, do it. Can you do that now?
Yeah.
Would that be all right?
Go on then.
Put it under more pressure.
Pressure's my middle name.
Okay.
The reason you put it on the inside of the lining bag is because when you turn it out, you want the seam to go on the inside.
I want to say, because normally when, you're so used to when you're making a bag to putting a hole in your lining so you can bag the whole thing through.
Oh, it's dead clever.
Is it?
Yeah. So that would be lined up neatly.
Yeah.
In reality. I hope I've got it the right way around.
Well, we'll soon see. But in real life, it doesn't matter, does it? Because both sides are going to be the same fabric.
They are going to be the same
life
fabric,
anyway,
yeah,
so.
absolutely.
Or not, you might choose to
well,
have
you
a
could.
different fabric. Yeah, good. Claire, I'm going to read your email out when I go over and do the fabrics at the other side. Oh. Oh, Claire, no. Claire, it's really funny. Oh, while you're still saying that, where we worked before, there was little Paul and there was little Chris, because we had a big Paul and a big Chris and everything. And when we moved here, I actually said to him, I won't call you little Paul at the new place if you don't want me to. And he went, no, I'm absolutely fine with it. So it's not an insult whatsoever. I wouldn't do it if it was an insult, I wouldn't do it every day, Claire. I don't do it. And we have a very strong HR department here. And also, Paul would say, do not call me that, because you're not allowed to give him a hug. Oh, by the way, never give Paul a hug.
Okay.
He'll punch you, just so you know. Right, okay.
So we've sewn that.
And that is true. Right.
Raw edges together.
Yeah.
And obviously then, when you lift that up, there's your drawstring bag top.
Yeah.
Okay. That is placed inside your bag.
Right.
And obviously this is folded down before.
Yeah.
You take that so it goes just below.
There you go. So that you've
stitching
turned that
line,
already down by an inch there.
Yeah. That stitching line gets taken just below there.
Right.
And you stitch around the whole bag.
All right.
So all you're doing is you're stitching the lining top.
Oh yes, I see.
With the drawstring in one hit. So that line of stitching.
Yep. Let me pull that one out.
Is attaching the lining.
Yes.
And
so this fabric was turned over an inch inside. This was sewn like you just said it, and you've literally sat that inside, just below the turning of that, and then you've top stitched it all the way around there. So then on the inside, you've got a completely finished lining inside. All your raw edges are inside. Look, there's not a raw edge inside, and there's your bag bit that then goes on the top. You've got your drawstrings in.
So it's easy.
And perfect timing.
Yeah, there we are. There's no turning.
Well, that's your finished bag. He's back in an hour doing his own waistcoat and his own flat cap using our brand new sewing quarter wools. Elizabeth, I've got a foggy head this morning, so I'm really enjoying this mellow demo. Thanks, gents. Oh, now does that mean, Elizabeth, you had too much to drink last night? Or have you just got a foggy head? You did brilliantly. Thank you. I'll see you in an hour's time.
Thank you, John.
Right, here we go. Let's just sum up. Right, the cart, that's gone. So, pattern first. Here we go. Over half the stock, way over half the stock has been confirmed. Excuse me. Once you've all checked out, we're down to single figures. That's how many of you got in your baskets. You get the big bag, the pattern for the big bag, the little bag, the bottle holder, the casserole dish, and the hot pad. $7.99. All the details on the back there. So now the pattern does not come in the bundle. So all the different bundles are here. So this is the one that Jamie'd already made. You get a metre of this, which is shower-proof polyester. You get half a metre of ivory, half a metre of navy, 1 metre of your red spot on. There is enough in there to make 2 bags. So you look at that, that's £13 a bag, that is. £13 a bag. Right, then we're moving on. This one here, which is the one that Jamie was demonstrating in. A metre of this. No, Jessie says it like that. We've had ice cream, candy shop, ye oldie-fashioned beachy shop. I just think it's a very subtle pastel shade. Anyway, metre of this, metre of the duck egg, half a metre of that. They're very romantic upstairs, the two of them. Not together, not together, not together. Half a metre of your spot, half a metre of your grapefruit. 27, I have been saying for a long time, £27.49. Yeah. See, now, Claire, you see, this is it, right? Little Paul's just gone, just get on with it, John, just get on with it. Yeah, also, Claire, I call him Little Paul, which I think is quite a cute little, because he's little and he's called Paul. The things he calls me, I couldn't say them on air, I tell you. Anyway, this one here, which is the nautical one. Yeah, and Jesse doesn't know what's going on. We just tell him to shut up all the time. Anyway, so you get a metre of this, you get a metre of the navy, half a metre of the ivory, half a metre of the blue spot, £22.49, that one. It's lovely. Paul calls that one nautical. It's blue and navy. Blue and navy, that one's called. Okay, moving on. And then this one, we've not opened this one out. This is jungle. You see, I think this would look nice on a boat. This could be nautical. Look at that. Oh, isn't that like, you get a metre of that. You got a metre of the black. You get half a metre of the orange, half a metre of the white. £20.49. I know. Right. That's that one. That's that one, right? Now, I have to remember what's... And she's standing there. I'm thinking, what's coming up next? And she's standing there. Don't go anywhere. Another brand new guest. We've known each other, well, since I was 9, apparently. Because we've known each other about 30 years. We were working out this morning. Anyway, brand new guest straight after this very short break.
If you've never purchased with Sewing Quarter before, then today is the day to do so, as we've got a fantastic new offer for every new customer. To get you started, we are now offering new customers 2 metres of fabulous pre-cut fabric for free with your first purchase. Whether it's quilting that takes your fancy, English paper piecing, embroidery, dressmaking, or bag making, Sewing Quarter explores every aspect of sewing and quilting with amazing demonstrations from special guest designers from all over the world. There is no minimum spend required and no code needed. Your free gift worth £14.99 will automatically be added to your order. So why not see what all the buzz is about and get sewing with Sewing Quarter? Shop online at www.sewingquarter.com, call our UK-friendly call centre on 0800 112 4433 or download our brand new app.
So this is the exactly what is in that cellophane, but look. Very, very thorough instructions. And look at this, all the pattern pieces that you need. Every single pattern piece. Chest sizing, small, medium, large, and extra large. I'm wearing the large. So I think they're quite generous, because I'm normally an extra large. They're quite generous in size. But everything you need, all the patterns, all labelled up and everything, look. You stick them all together. You stick them all together to create your perfect waistcoat. All of that for £9.99. I know, I don't think it's enough either, but that's me. I'll just put that back over there. £9.99. £9.99. I've also got Le Cap. Same scenario. This has got your pattern in it. Obviously not as many pieces, because there's not as many pieces in a hat. The Meldon Flat Cap, £9.99. £9.99. Oh, I know what I didn't find out. I'll have to ask you in a minute. We might have to take my microphone out, actually. £9.99. Oh, no, that's what I was going to ask about. So I'll be fine. If I've got a picture of it, it's fine. Don't worry. £9.99. £9.99 for them. Now, we are going to show you, or Jamie's going to show you, both of these in the next hour. We may go over by 10, 15 minutes, hour and a bit. So just to be warned, we're going to do both. Now, the patterns are flying out. Loads of people came in this morning and bought the brand new fabrics. The patterns are absolutely flying out. Okay, very quickly, the fabrics you're going to see. No, you haven't seen this one. This one we had this morning. This is Flintstone, brand new, Sewing Quarter. By all means, watch the 8 o'clock show again, because Ian went to the Mills, Martin Mills in West Yorkshire, and he's made a little 3-minute film all about the making of these fabrics. They are exclusive to Sewing Quarter. The next one is this one. Now, they called it brown, not tweed. Remember, the price we're showing you is for half a metre, but from a metre, you could make both the waistcoat and the hat. You could make a waistcoat and hat from 1 metre, right? Then there was this one here, which was lovely. This is what look, the waistcoat. This was the most popular this morning. $15.99. Now, I've not seen these. These are gorgeous too, look. This is lovely. This is very a la Paul Smith, isn't it? Cheviot, Lovett, Mulberry and Griffin. So I can see the Mulberry. I can see the Lovett. Not sure what the Griffin is. Beautiful though, isn't it? Then look at this one. This is herringbone. It's a kind of multicoloured herring. Oh, look. These are beautiful. Cheviot, pheasant, agate, Lovett and flame. So we've got the agate. We've got the Lovett, which is the green. We've got the flame, which is the orange. This is the agate here. Oh, that is beautiful. That is love. I've not seen it. These are all premieres. Because I've never seen this one. Yeah, okay. So these, they are all premieres. Thank you. And then this is a premiere as well, so far. This one is. No, these are regular Martin Mills ones, right? These aren't the exclusive ones. Mind you, that could have been the exclusive one. Look at the blue. They're not exclusives. It's Cairngorm Wagtail. Nice, isn't it? A $14.99 for half a metre. Remember, I've got to tell you, this is exquisite 100% wool. You go and have a look, see how much 100% wool on the internet costs you. I'll tell you. Right, then we've got this one, which you may have seen before, because we've had this one before. This is light blue check tweed. $14.99. They're all $14.99 for half a metre. They're 60 inches wide. Beautiful, beautiful fabrics. And then last but not least, this one, which hasn't got a check in it. Look at the beautiful colours all woven in there. $14.99. And then we've got some brand new linings for you. All brand new, like I just said. They aren't, won't be. Right, so where are you starting first? You say the name and I'll pull it out. Jacquard, blue and red, is this one. Blue. It's shot. Paisley, Jacquard, blue and red, Cupro. That's this one. Now that's £20 and 9 pence for half a metre. You'll need a metre. 140 centimetres wide. Cactus blue is this one. Paisley Jacquard Cactus Blue Cupro lining fabric, £20 and 9 pence. Next one is gold. No, I think, keep going. Paisley Jacquard gold Cupro lining fabric, £20 and 99 pence. I mean, this isn't just lining, is it? This is beautiful. This is wine and black. Is it 100% polyester, Paul? Oh, okay. £20 and 99 pence. Okay, then if you don't want the pattern, I've got two slightly different linings. Triacetate, 75%, and 25 pence polyamide. So that's azure. Azure. That's £5.99 for half a metre. I am sure that's £5.99 for half a metre. And then they've got in the dark blue. Navy. In the navy. In the navy. They could do what? Oh, yes, I haven't got that here, but I'll have to make it up. £5.99 for half a metre. £5.99 for half a metre. Now, there is a bundle, because if you want both the pattern for the waistcoat and the pattern for the hat, plus a metre of, yeah, which one is it then? It's that one. Yeah. You've got it. Yeah, got it. Oh, you had it there. Right, so this is the bundle, if you want the bundle. Oh, and a thread. So you get a metre of the blue, a metre of the lining, the thread, pattern, and pattern. Now, I need to warn you, if you've got the patterns in your basket, you need to check out. They are absolutely flying out. Oh, the fabric, hang on then. Yeah, that's what I'm wearing. So $89.99. None of the other fabrics have been put into a bundle, just that one. Just that one. Right, come on, let's go again. We're doing flat cap. Oh, got cap here now. We're going to do flat cap first. Okay. Right. Oh, look at you. All right, mate?
I'm prepared. I'm prepared.
Do you have a nice hour?
I did.
Do you have a cup of tea?
Sit down, cup of tea. Absolutely.
Good. Right. Okay, so we're starting with the cap. Now, we're not going to rush because we can go over, but there's a lot to get through, isn't there? In the
Yeah,
side?
I just want to pick up on the bits that, if you've never made a cap before, you might find tricky.
Yeah.
And similarly with the waistcoat when we go on to that one.
Right.
Okay, so the nice bit about the cap is there are not very many pattern pieces.
Yes.
But they're complex shapes. So the first thing is we apply some interfacing. So there's your pattern pieces.
Yeah, I'll just show you. So you get all this in your thing there. So.
Okay. There's 3 sizes basically, although it's adjustable. There's elastic in the back just to give it a bit of
Now
movement.
I've got a 22.5-inch head and it fits me perfectly. I don't know how big Little Paul's head measures, but it was a little bit too big for him.
Too big.
You could get a hand up the back of it when Little Paul's wearing it.
So there's 3 sizes.
So that's that bit there. Oh, I see. So there's your 3 sizes here.
Yeah.
So you've got your small, medium and your large there, depending on what line you follow. Small, medium, large. So that's the bit that you've cut out on the fold.
Which is cut on the fold,
right?
Like that.
Perfect.
Okay.
That's your peak.
We've got peak, which we cut 2 pieces out of, which is there. And then we've got, there should be another pattern piece somewhere.
There.
Nope.
Oh.
Should be another one.
Oh, Jeremy.
It'll be there.
He's not getting anything right today, is he? What's the other pattern piece look like then? Well, give me the cellophane one and I'll open the cellophane one. This is where we find out the none of them have got them in, and we have to suddenly pack them all tonight.
There we go.
I'm rubbish with these bags.
I can't open them.
There we go, there we go, there we go. Right.
Nice colour instructions.
Yeah, beautiful instruction. Right, hang on. So that's the one we've got. Yeah,
there we are.
There you go. So that's
excellent.
That pattern piece there.
Yeah, so this is the sides.
Okay, let me move all that out of the way then. There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
So we've got the crown of the cap, which is cut on the fold. 2 brim, an upper and lower brim piece. And on the instructions...
Oh, do you not call it a peak?
Well, you can call it a brim.
So that's, what's that? Is that this bit
underneath?
This bit underneath here. That's that bit there. So that's your side there.
No, that's the crown.
Oh, no, that's the crown. Oh, I'm getting so confused. That's your crown, because there's your dart at the back there.
Yeah.
That's your peak. That's your side.
Yeah.
Has that got a posh name?
It has, but I can't remember what it is.
Don't worry.
I did find out. Then we've got a stiffener, which goes into your peak.
Oh,
your
and
brim.
that's the pattern for the stiffener. Okay. Brilliant.
Then this is for the interfacing.
Got it.
The reason there's a pattern piece for the interfacing is because when we interface, we're not interfacing the entire...
Oh, because normally a lot of people who do patterns go, just cut off the seam allowance or something, don't they?
We've lost the seam allowance plus a little bit.
Right.
We've got a lot of curves going on, and we'll end up with a really bulky seam, which we don't want.
No, of course.
We will
Is that just normal interfacing in there then?
That's just a normal medium iron-on.
Medium iron-on interfacing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Okay, I'll come back to that then. Right.
Okay. So we iron up the pieces onto the crown and to the side.
Right.
But then this is where the tricky bit comes in.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is what's the bit that would frighten me, I think.
Everything with right sides together. And we start at the front of the crown on the curve.
Right.
And we line up, and there's a notch to line up with the centre.
Brilliant. What seam allowance is on it?
1/2 inch.
Okay.
And I grab my pins. Starting at the centre point.
Yeah.
put your pin in. And the good thing with wool is you've got a nice amount of movement.
Yeah,
It's
especially really good quality wool like
excellent
this.
quality.
Because you use this mill anyway, don't you, in the past?
Yeah, the fabric's lovely.
Yeah.
So bring the side around as far as you can.
Yeah.
But then, of course, we get to a point where we've got this
in the
going this way,
opposite-
that going
yes,
that, and it all starts to look a bit crazy. I would, if you're doing this for the first time, pin it in place and then just run a hand stitch, baste it around, just to hold it in place because it's horrible having pins everywhere.
Yeah.
This curve.
Yeah.
To
hang on, when you see that. Yeah. So let's get that curve.
So the remainder of this curve needs to finish here.
Right.
So bring the bottom end, so the flat of that curve finishes on the flush with the flat of there.
Okay, perfect.
So we bring that in together, pin it well, and then you can ease the rest of the curve in from the centre.
Right.
So we're literally just easing that in.
So you don't gather, it's not gathered, it's literally just easing it into the curve.
As you, obviously the outside edge of where you've cut will be bigger.
Yes, yes.
But the seam allowance will be the same.
Exactly, yeah. So the line where you're stitching will match perfectly, but one of the seam allowances will go like pie crust, and one will look like it's stretched a little bit.
So we just pin those into place.
Let's just show that one there. So this is where we pinned round here. That's all gone round really, really smoothly. And then this is the bit where you see how the seam allowance, the actual stitching lines will match, but can you see your seam allowance there is just a little bit pie frilly and things like that.
So say, I would recommend the first time, get a needle and thread and just hand tack it roughly along the seam allowance, and it will just hold everything in place, and you can see if there's any nasty bits sticking out.
But how many of these have you made? Hang on, I've just got to give that a check. There you
go. Oh, a few. It's.
But as you say, using the wool, it eases round really, really beautifully. I suppose if you then, because you've got the pattern, just be aware. What other fabrics would you say you could make this out of? Would it only make it out of a wool tweed, or?
No, you could use denim.
Oh, would denim be nice? Or needle cord would be nice?
Needle cord would be nice needle cord. Obviously, wool is a lot more forgiving.
Yes.
So it would be worth starting on the wool. So again, twist and get that flat edge line together.
My friend Chamoy Mary is going to be watching this hour so in such detail because her husband, has already seen the advert for this and he wants both of them.
Excellent. Okay, and again, we just ease that fabric in. And just roll it over your thumbs and your fingers to get it into the right shape. Yeah. Which helps massively. It is a bit like, I mean, I know you don't do baking, but it's a bit like pastry. When you get your pastry to match like that, it's just, it will go. Don't force it. It'll naturally go around. Just gently roll up and down until you get it into the right position. And it's what you're matching is where you're actually going to sew, because they will be the same size. Okay, so we've got the basics of a cap going on. Don't start with the dart first, because it makes putting this curve really difficult, because everything is a lot closer. Then we're going to sew it with a 1/2 inch seam. Okay, now any tricks or tips on sewing with wool? Obviously wool there. Look at your stitch length. I mean, this is a quite tightly woven wool. Obviously some wool's a lot looser. If it's a lot looser, then go for a larger stitch. Good quality thread as always. Decent needle, probably go for an 80-ish size, slightly bigger. But other than that, it's beautiful to work with. But now, do you always, every time you start a new project, put a new needle in your machine? I generally change mine. I mean, obviously, I change it depending on what I'm doing. If I'm doing wool or denim or whatever, of course. I generally change my needle after 5 hours of use. Oh, only 5? Yeah. I used to be 8. Yeah. But I sort of come down a little bit because it's so easy to hit a pin or, you know. And also, if you invest in some lovely fabric, the last thing you want to do is ruin it by your fault for buying something like having to unpick it and then going through the fabric. So, like I say, I would normally base this because it just gives you that bit of movement. But I'm going to attempt. So you would even you would baste it? Yeah, absolutely. So you're going to go on live telly and not? I'm going to go on live telly, not baste it. Okay. And if it goes, it's my hat. The good thing is you've got space. You can put your fingers in between the 2 layers of fabric and just move things around as you go. So wish me luck.
You've changed machines since the last hour.
I have, because I need 2 machines for this next section.
Pardon?
I need 2 machines for this.
Do you?
Yeah. Oh, and it saves me changing threads.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I've got my hand in between between the side and the brim, the side and the crown. And I'm just easing the fabric round as we go, and making sure that everything stays together, which is what we want, but without getting any puckers in.
Morag says, morning boys, could you shrink the pattern to make for a child? My wee nephew would look really cute in a cap.
Sure, I can work one out.
Oh, so how small is the smallest one of these then?
It's a 36-inch chest, roughly.
No.
Oh.
Oh, I'm presuming the hat, cap,
sorry.
Cap.
Yeah, you probably could shrink it down. Proportionately, heads don't change. From a small toddler,
No,
they're
they
big.
don't, do they? Yes.
Once you get over toddler age.
How old is he, Morag? How old is he? We could try and work this one out. Because, yeah, from a small child, your head doesn't actually get much bigger.
No.
The only thing that grows are your ears, I think.
That's right.
So, and your eyes stay the same size as well. Anyway, Morag, let us know and we can try and work that one out for you, yes. Lots of Jamie love coming in. Did you say there's some more, Paul? Oh, about me in the waistcoat, yeah. Loads, you're saying you're loving Jamie's demonstrations.
Blimey, I'll be back. So again, when you get to this corner, going around the front is really easy.
Yeah.
When you get to this bit, get your fingers in, move things around. And before you start sewing with wool, make sure you put your iron on, full of water. It's on, don't worry.
Oh, right, yeah.
Full of water and hot.
Right. Do you ever use a muslin pressing cloth?
I generally do.
Yes.
But when working with wool,
yes,
after you've worked with wool, use wool to press with.
Oh.
You'll end up with a scrap of wool.
Yeah.
Use wool on wool.
Well, that's a new one. I'm learning loads today.
It works beautifully on top.
Oh, okay. Because I've always used muslin because you can, when you work with wool, especially on period garments and everything, you can kind of steam it into shape. But I've used the muslin on the top.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I always press wool with wool.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's like velvet. Velvet is like using a velvet board and a velvet and everything, yeah.
Okay, right. So hopefully we've not ended up with too many. No, it'll be fine.
He says.
Yeah, I'm confident.
Good.
So whip these pins out.
Yeah, because when I learnt at Wimbledon School of Art, we had to tack everything. Yeah. Nothing was allowed to be sewn without being tacked.
I think it's worth. I know people don't like to tack, and it takes time, but actually it takes less time than it does to unpick everything and do it all
also
again.
the disgruntledness of, you
Absolutely.
know. Yeah.
So we've now got this sewn in here, which is looking pretty good.
Right. So I just need to point something out here as well. You haven't sewn round the edge of the...
No. The interfacing is in by probably 3/8 of an inch.
Yeah, I was going to say quarter of an inch. So don't be panicking if you're sewing that line thinking, oh, but my interfacing isn't at the same place as my line. Because a lot of the time you stitch on that line, but your interfacing's further in.
The reason being is we're going to take the seam allowance over the top of the crown. So we're going to double thickness and none down the side. So if we ended up with interfacing as well on top, it's going to get messy.
Yeah.
So trim your seam allowance round, probably by about half, I would say.
Right.
Don't worry too much about clipping things because we are going to top stitch. But a little trick, if we're working on...
I'm listening, don't worry, I'm listening.
If we're working on a curve like that, obviously when we turn it through, the fabric's going to come together.
Yeah.
And normally you would put loads and loads of notches in. With wool, you can get away with using your pinking shears.
Of course.
Cut close, not too close to your stitching line.
Yeah.
But use your pinking shears and cut round on your seam allowance just to give that bit of movement, flexibility.
Oh, here they come.
So here we go. We're just going to trim around there. That gives you a bit more room when you come to...
Yeah.
There we go. On the floor.
No, on the bin.
In the bin, in the bin.
Yeah. Before you go on to the next thing, I'm just going to point out we have got this haberdashery kit for the whole to make in the hat. So you get the interfacing, which you've seen so far, and then you've got bias binding, you've got elastic, and you've got your buckram. You get half a metre of your buckram there. You only need about 6 inches, so you'll be able to make lots and lots of hats out of that. £10.49 for that bundle. I just had to get that in, that was all. Put that over here. Right.
So where we clipped with the pinking shears, you can see straight away when we turn that through,
Yes.
it sits pretty accurately.
Yes.
What we're going to do though is we're going to stitch that seam allowance to the crown.
So this is the inside. You're going to stitch that seam allowance there. Do you need to blow your nose?
I do.
You blow your nose, I'll show this bit. So you're going to stitch that bit. I told you it was informal here, don't worry. This bit of seam allowance here is going over and being stitched like that onto the crown.
Absolutely.
And do you do it from that side? Do you do it from the other side?
I would do it from the outside through,
Right.
but if you're worried, you can do it from the inside and just keep tugging on the seam allowance as you go.
So, yes, because you've got to check that the seam allowance stays over, don't you? Yeah.
Okay. So whichever way you feel more confident with, go for it.
Okay.
I'm going to stitch this way.
No, I agree with you. I agree that I'd want to stitch that way because that's the bit that not the viewers, but everyone's going to see.
Yeah.
And if you do it the other way and you make a mistake, then you might be able to see it. Whereas
Absolutely.
you just have to check that your seam allowance is under there.
So I've upped the length.
Yeah.
Just to give it a nice bit of finish. And just go slow. And I'm probably, I don't know, 1/16, 1/8 inch away. And when you get to the tricky bits, just get your fingers in, pull your fabric.
As long as the bit where you're sewing is flat, that's all you have to worry about. Then if it looks like it's going to bunch up, get your needle in.
Give it a jiggle.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got everything there. And it is a case of manipulating.
Yeah.
Making sure everything goes right. When you get to the front, make sure you don't sew underneath, you know, turn your bottom.
Oh, yes, yeah.
You don't want to sew through that at the same time.
I'll show you that in a second.
They're going to whiz around here and make sure now we don't sew where we don't want to.
For the cap. The cap pattern is very, very limited now, just so you know. Unusual picture, cat pattern and an iron and an iPad.
There we go, nearly there.
That's all right, don't worry. Hello, John and Jamie. So pleased to see more sewing for us men who sew on Sewing Quarter. Love today's show from Tim. Tim, you're on the Facebook fan page. There's like a faction now. There's Ian, there's Stuart, Ronnie, Manchester Quilter, all you male, that sounds horrible, all you men sewers. I know.
It's good.
It is good. Well, if you think back, tailors, if you go to Savile Row, and I don't mean this in any sort of sexist way at all, 90% of them are men.
Yeah.
If you think about a tailor's workshop, when I first started and go down to Soho and all the Jewish tailors and all the tailors would all be down there and think, it would be men sitting cross-legged on the floor, stitching away, you know, and everything like that. It was nearly all men.
Yeah.
And I don't mean sitting on the floor like in a sweatshop, but that's how tailors sit, isn't it?
Isn't it? Yeah. Cross-legged.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of those things that, you know, tailoring is better than dressmaking, which is rubbish.
No, it's the same
If you can
skills.
tailor, it doesn't mean to say you can dressmake.
No, exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
It's different. So there we go. So we've top stitched
so
round.
just show. So you've top stitched round there. And what Jane was saying is when you get to this bit here, make sure you don't go, you have to avoid the underneath bit. So you stitch around there, but don't catch the underneath of the peak in there. You have to make sure that that stays flat as you're going around. Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Give it a little press.
Oh.
Just to,
Yeah, you could have done with a tailor's hand, really, couldn't you?
I've got one.
Have you got one?
Somewhere.
Oh.
Oh, there it is. I hit it.
Oh, okay.
Tailor's
You've been
hand.
just raiding our warehouse, pinking shears, ham.
I've got everything.
Yeah.
My bag's going to be huge.
No, because you won't be able to leave the building with it. You get frisked on the way out.
Using ham,
Yeah.
obviously I would cover this normally with a cloth. Little trick, if you've got a cloth, make it wet, soak it. Wet through.
Oh, right, okay.
Because wool loves steam.
Well, no, that's why I'd say with the muslin, because you can get the muslin completely soaking wet, can't
And
you?
of course you can with a piece of wool.
Yes,
It will soak.
Which you haven't got there.
No,
One
I haven't.
thing you haven't
Well, I
mixed,
didn't want to waste a piece of this lovely fabric.
Okay.
So yeah, go round and press all the way around.
Brilliant.
I'm not going to waste time.
No, because we need to get on to
Okay.
it.
We've got a dart at the centre back.
These are available on the website, by the way, the tailor's ham on the website, £11. Yep.
So the dart is simply a case of putting it together, right sides together, sewing along with a 1/2 inch.
Yeah.
But when you get to this point, don't follow there. Continue that curve over because you want it to end up as a smooth transition. You don't want it suddenly to end up with a
stop,
and you'll end up with a big...
So it's like if you do a dart on a dress, you don't just suddenly stop because otherwise you can get your little pucker.
Puckers, yeah, exactly. And it's the same principle. Roll it out to the edge nicely. So again, 1/2 inch. And we can see that it goes on for quite a way after because it's still 1/2 inch.
Yes, so you are now going up onto the interfacing, yeah.
Okay. We know to tie off your dart when you finish. Just
reversing back on.
No reversing back on, so we don't get any dimples.
Yeah. Dimples, that's the word.
Dimples.
Well, not pucker. Yeah.
Ah, same thing.
Right.
The last little bit we need to do, obviously the fabric was cut to this point.
Yeah. Oh, yes, yes.
We want to cut open the remainder of that dart. Go close. Don't go too close.
Don't go right to the end. Yeah.
No, just literally between the two. Snip it up.
Yes, because otherwise you are going to end up with a ridge there.
Yeah. Because it's wool, that will go flat.
Yeah.
And again, get your ham. And you can quite often use the side of a ham, which is nice.
Yeah, or your sausage.
Or your sausage. Plenty of steam. Get in there and... Which is me steam.
It's not the steam, those steamiest of irons,
not.
unfortunately. It does one of those, on the day that you want it to really steam, it doesn't, and it doesn't. Morning, John, I've just purchased the bag stuff, Debbie, and the cap and waistcoat. Excited about receiving it. Oh, you'll love making it, Debbie, you'll love making it.
Definitely.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, what's that? No, yes, you can, Paul. Yeah, can you treat the fabric with anything to make it showerproof? Love how-to Fridays. That's low. That's low, made my ring. That's low, made my ring. Yeah. Anyway.
You can.
Yes. Oh, sorry, to answer your question. Yes, you can. Yes,
sorry, I'm answering your question.
No, you can answer away.
So there we are with cap basics.
Yes.
Done. So
now, have you done the small one?
I don't know which one I cut.
I think you've done...
I might have done the...
Oh, no, medium.
No, it probably is medium, I think, yeah.
Medium. But I'm just thinking, because once I never came back about her Morag didn't come back about her grandson's hat, did she? Because I think you could just do the small one and use a bit more of elastic around the back.
Yeah,
and it's going to fit a kid.
Right. You could also, centre back seam, it's a 1/2 inch seam, we'll put 3/4 in.
Yes.
It will it'll bring it in another 1/2 inch.
Okay, so now we can't go through to make because we need to get onto the waistcoat, but what's the next stage?
Next step is the brim, and I want to go with this really quick.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I don't want you to rush,
but
I just don't want you to get to the end of your hour and 15 minutes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The brim, just 2 pieces cut, right sides together and sewn round. On the pattern, it tells you to cut the lower brim piece about 3 millimetres narrower all the way around.
Right.
Obviously, it's not going to be the same size. Just ease them together all the way around, pin them and sew them.
And why is that? Why'd you do that?
Because when you turn it the other way, you want the lower brim piece to roll underneath the front edge. You don't want a big bulky edge around, and it just looks neater.
Okay.
Again, the same trick with pinking shears.
Oh, yeah.
Get your pinking shears in and trim it round, just to give you that extra bit of movement. And we're going to make some noise in a minute.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. There we go, in the bin.
Right.
So we're going to turn that
right
side out.
And you'll know which is the bottom because it's the one where the other one's pulling it slightly under.
One will roll underneath. So this is the lower because
Yeah.
it's naturally being pulled under the top one, which is what we want. So just give it a little roll. And then we're going to get the hot iron. And we're
This is where you're going to make noise, you're going to burn yourself.
I'm not going to burn, I hope not. Obviously, I would use a pressing cloth when working with wool. You don't want to mark
3 years old is Morag who's 3 years old next month.
I'm sure we can work.
Yeah, Morag, go for the smaller one, put a bit of extra elastic in the back, and the dart on that back seam there, just take that in a little bit more, and I think you'll be fine.
Yeah.
He'll look cute in that. Right.
So we're just going to press, making sure that that rolls under. Okay. And then I'm going to get my wet cloth.
Right.
The last thing you want is a really bulky seam at the front.
Yeah.
It not only looks poor, your eyes are drawn to it. You're constantly looking at it.
Exactly. And also, if you're wearing it, people are going to look at your eyes, and then the cap's there, isn't it?
And then...
Oh, you are using a clapper.
Hit it.
Oh. Right, now those clappers will be available Have you got it now? I was going to do a big thing on it next week, though. It's advertised being on next week, but we're going to do it now. I wish people had told me these things. I'm sorry, I'm going to get angry now. $29.99. It's a 9-inch kiln-dried tailor's press, they've called this one. It's a clapper. It's the one without the handle. It's 9 inches long. Has to be... Now, what wood is this one, please, Paul? No, exactly. Exactly. It's Brazilian, and I can't remember the word. Is it semele wood? You need a close-grained wood, because if you have a wide-grained wood, it soaks all the thing in and it'll crack. You need... And all it does is you put the steam into the thing, hit it with this, the heat stays in the hat, the steam is absorbed into the wood, so it creates a really, really fantastic seam.
Yeah. If you're working with wool, you cannot not have one of those. So we've hit it all the way around and we're happy. We've got our piece of buckram that we've cut, and you can probably see it. I've got a piece here. One side has got fusible on it.
Yep.
The other side hasn't.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Which is good. We want the fusible side to be on the underside, because when your peak rolls, you want that to stay
Of course, yes.
up. The top will stretch naturally over the top. So pop in your piece of buckram and stretch it in there. Try and roll the seam allowance underneath.
Yeah.
Just to give it a bit of niceness there. And you should end up with a 1/2 inch seam allowance around this front edge. There we go, just get that bit in there. And again, give it a press.
Yeah.
A few seconds.
Yeah.
Just
a bit more steam on your... Oh, there you go.
That's better.
Yeah, because our quilting experts don't like steam, you see. So we have to turn the steam off, and then the days that they're on, it does decide to really, really steam lots.
And there we have your peak, brim, whatever you want to call it.
Perfect.
You can trim the little tags off the corner.
Yeah.
You don't need those.
And then how does it get attached to the hat?
Right, that's what I'll show you. Yep, you can move that. Where's my hat gone?
Oh, sorry, that's it.
Okay, the trick with this is you haven't got a lot of room to play with.
Right.
The lower brim, obviously, is going to sit underneath
Yes.
the hat. So just make sure it goes together that way.
Yeah.
Align the centre points. Pop a couple of pins in. And bring it round so it's in place. And what I like to do is use a zipper foot.
Oh, okay.
You can mark your 1/2 inch if you want to. Ooh, let's put that in right. Get it in the centre, that would help.
In the centre and through all the layers.
And through all the layers. And use a...
And use a zip foot because you want to get as close to the buckram.
You want to get as close to the buckram as you can.
But not go on to the buckram.
No, I mean... Luckily, this buckram, if you sew through it, you're not going to break your needle.
No. Oh, no, buckram when I first started was like, if your sewing machine went anywhere near it, that's it.
It was like hitting a piece of wood, wasn't it? Okay, so we just pop some pins in, and then you can pop your zipper foot in.
Yeah.
In you go.
Around.
Around.
Perfect.
Just to sit that into position.
Yeah, and then I'm going to have to move you on because we need to go to the waistcoat.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Lining is made exactly the same way as the main hat.
But with no under brim, or no peak.
No peak, it's just the inside.
Yeah.
Slip it inside, line everything up.
So wrong sides together?
Wrong sides together.
Yeah.
Line
so
up.
putting it in the way it will be in.
Yeah, and that will sit in there. Again, baste it round in place, I would.
Yeah, oh yeah,
just to hold it into position.
Yeah.
And then what we do to finish, for the back edge, we're going to cut a piece of elastic, which is in the instructions, which is 1/2 the distance between the side seams.
Yeah.
So from there to there. Stretch it all the way across, holding your fabric tall.
Which is where I would do more egg. I do a shorter piece of elastic so it pulls more in. Yeah.
So you're going to stretch right across that point. Big zigzag. Zigzag it into position.
Yeah.
And obviously when you let go, it's going to spring itself back into place. Normally a hat won't have bias binding.
No, it's like a I said that to you earlier, it's like a grosgrain, isn't it?
Grosgrain ribbon.
Yeah.
Putting grosgrain in is really tricky if you've never done it before.
Well, also, it's not on the bias.
It's
and
not,
you're going round a circle.
and it's really difficult to get it. Once you've done a couple of them, have a go with some ribbon, definitely. But what I've done is decided to use some bias binding.
Which comes in that bundle that I showed you earlier.
Okay. And the only thing you need to do is you need to finish one edge of it before you sew it in.
Right.
All we're going to do along one, so measure your length to go round.
Yeah.
Just sew a running stitch on the machine, just to lock that one side.
Oh, okay. I've not heard that one before either, yeah.
Which will be the lower.
Oh, because normally you attach both sides of the bias binding. You're only attaching one side. So that's your finished edge, as it were.
Absolutely, the finished edge.
Got it.
So when everything's in place, put your bias binding a ½ an inch up from the raw edge, which will cover your elastic. Bring it round to the back, turn the ends in, and again, just go stitch it all the way around. Again, I would use a zipper foot because when you get to this point, it can be quite tricky.
So you've literally stitched that on round there, but you're going to see inside the raw edges, because normally a bias binding would come over and would stitch over there, so you wouldn't see any raw edges. But you're not going to see it because it's all going to be tucked inside.
Give it a really good press.
Yep.
And the first time you wear it, it will feel a bit wobbly. Get it comfortable. The heat of your head will set that bias binding in place, and it will just sit
perfect. That's brilliant. Right. Am I going to go straight onto waistcoat, or I'm going to do bundles? Right. What you set up your waistcoat, because we've literally got ½ an hour absolute most to do the waistcoat. Okay. Pattern first. The cap is almost sold out. The waistcoat is very close to selling out. £9.99. Beautiful. I've got 2 haberdashery bundles. Now, I'm going to be very, very honest with you now, and I'll get told off for saying this. The buttons are wrong. I would not, Jamie agrees with me, I would not use these buttons on this beautiful waistcoat. The which one? The black buttons, right? Keep these for your stash. I would not put these buttons on this waistcoat because you've got that beautiful wool, that beautiful lining. Get yourself some beautiful buttons, right? You do need the buckle for the back. You do need the interfacing, but I wouldn't use those buttons. Save those buttons for another project, a cardi or something like that. Get yourself some really, really lovely buttons to go down the front of your waistcoat. £5.99 is that one. And then this is the same one, because these are even smaller, right? This one has got the interfacing, the buckle, which you do need. Nothing wrong with those. Not slacking those off. Nothing wrong with those. Put those in your stash and get yourself some really lovely wooden or bone, not real bone buttons, but bone effect buttons or something like that. Be gorgeous for this. I wouldn't use those. I wouldn't use those. £5.99 for that bundle. Right, if you want to buy the kit that's got both the cap and the waistcoat in, this is the only fabric I've got offering for that. What I'm going to say about all the other fabrics, I'm not going to go through them, they're all listed underneath me there. So this is a bundle where you get 1 metre of the wool, 1 metre of the lining, the thread, the instructions for the cap, and the instructions, they're over there, and the instructions for the waistcoat. I'll show you this still, £89.99. £89.99. Right, okay. Right, I'm not going to rush you, but go fast. There's the waistcoat we're making. So, first of all, it's a contemporary waistcoat.
It is.
You've not done, pockets or anything like that.
But I've done patch pockets. It's longer. It's almost like a jacket with no sleeves.
Yeah, a gilet.
A gilet, that's right. So it's longer. You can, like I say, dress it up, dress it down, whatever you want to do.
Perfect.
And this fabric is gorgeous for, you can wear it to something nice, big event, or down to the shops, it's great. For the fronts, there's a little trick I'm going to show you. The fronts have got a dart in them. Yeah,
first of all, I've shown you all the pattern pieces. You get every single pattern piece. Now, this is in 4 different... Was it 4 different sizes, this one? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 different sizes you can make this one in. Right, this is something I've not seen before either.
OK, fusible interfacing.
Yes.
Is the same as the front pattern piece.
Yes.
OK, so it fits around the edge.
Yeah.
All you do is cut out the dart. So the actual shape of the dart, cut it out of the fusible interfacing.
Right.
Place your interfacing carefully on and fuse it in place.
Right.
According to the instructions.
OK.
You've then got a guideline to sew your dart.
And you haven't got any...
and you've not got any fusible
going into the dart.
So literally use that dart.
You don't have to mark your
You don't have to mark it. No, you don't even have to go anywhere near the wall. Which is, one, it saves time.
Yes.
And like you say, you don't have to mark. So just pop a couple of pins in.
It's a very skinny dart, isn't it?
It is. I didn't want it to be really tucked in. I wanted it, well, you know.
Oh, you've not got an ounce of fat on you, man.
Oh, I don't know. So we can pin that. Okay, so you're just using that as a guideline.
Yeah.
Pop it through the machine. Hopefully, yeah, here we go. And you're using the edge of the interfacing as your guideline.
Yeah.
And again, come off the end nicely. Oh, leave the length.
Oh,
sorry, John.
Throw your scissors
Throwing at them. At least you want the big ones.
Yes.
Thank you. Tie your knot.
Yeah.
Give it a press.
Okay.
Give it a good press.
Yeah.
And again, hit it with your clapper.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you'll have your dart in your front.
Perfect.
Press the dart towards your sides. So you want your darts pressed that way.
Yes.
Okay, so that's that. That's the first step. So you can do those really quickly.
So they're your two fronts. You do both fronts exactly the same as that.
Exactly the same. There's no difference.
Right.
Left front will have two pockets, top pocket and a lower pocket.
Yeah.
And obviously the right front will have just the lower pocket.
Now, could you, if you wanted to, put two pockets up there as well? Or is it just, have you gone with tradition?
I've just gone with tradition.
Yeah.
But by all means, put two at the top, or leave the top one off and just put two at the bottom.
Yeah.
You know, there's no rules.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, cut a couple of flaps and put flaps over the top. Anything you want.
You're getting saucy. Anyway, go on.
On the blue one, you'll notice that the pockets, I cut the pockets on the bias.
Right.
That is just to look pretty. No other reason.
Okay, I've got another reason why.
There is another reason. Go on.
I know, you can explain it, not me. But anyway, that's you decide that design feature because you thought, oh, it looks lovely going crossways rather than straight up and down.
But also, you've got a dart running down the centre. And these fabrics have got your check on.
Yes.
The dart's going to close your check up. So even if you wanted to, you'll never pattern match.
Unless you put a dart in your pocket.
Unless you put a dart in your pocket.
But then that's ridiculous.
Exactly.
Right,
you could pattern match horizontally, which I've done on this one.
Oh, okay.
And possibly on one line, but you're not going to get the whole thing to match up. So,
but this would look nice on the bias as well.
Absolutely.
So just if you're new to it, on the bias means you just cut it on the side, on the sconce like that. So instead of getting your checks going like that, you get your checks going diagonally.
45 degrees.
Back on there, 45 degrees.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I wouldn't suggest, unless you've done, a lot of sewing with wool, especially working with bias cut wool, it will go all over the place.
Did you put any interfacing on the back of the wool?
I didn't.
What you could do, if you knew, put interfacing on the back of the wool, then cut it out. So it's not, because wool on the bias is not stable.
No,
it'll do this. And if you've got checks and crosses, they're going to go all over.
Yeah.
Right.
So I've cut these straight. I'm going to show you quickly how you do your pocket, because it's a lined patch pocket.
Right.
Which is really nice. There's lining inside that. I don't like pockets that have just got raw edges in them.
No.
There needs to be something in there.
So look at this, the pocket here. So it's not lined up to the edge. So that's your front there. And then there's got that little bit of facing there, and then your lining is inside. Okay.
Okay. So
it's all this. Sorry, in the instructions.
Oh yeah, no, it's all in there. Yeah. The lining piece is smaller than the actual pocket. We align the top edge. Yeah. Very simply, pop a couple of pins in. And what we're going to do, we're going to sew across, and I think off the top of my head, it's with a 1/4 inch seam. But we're going to leave an inch gap at the top. So we're going to sew to about there. We're going to leave a gap and sew across to there.
Right, stop. Don't just talk to what it says. You'll do what? You're going to sew from the edge.
So we're going to sew from the edge to sort of 3/4 of the way to the centre. Yeah. We're going to leave a inch and a half gap. Yeah. And then we're going to begin there again and carry on. Oh, okay. We need to have a hole in the top.
Right, okay. I've got 20 minutes of demo, by the way.
Okay, brilliant. That's good, actually. So it's a small... So I'm just going to get towards the centre. Yeah. And I'm going to back stitch just to secure it. I'm going to move along and say I'm going to give myself... give yourself plenty of room. Yeah, yeah. Doesn't matter.
We're not going to see it, are we?
No. So give yourself enough room to come in and continue the rest of the way, and you can backstitch where you started. Don't worry about finishing the ends because it's, oh, I forgot you've got a cutter on this one, haven't you? I forgot you've got a cutter on that one.
Yes.
I've been trying to use that one. So that was with right sides of your fabric up.
Right.
Obviously lining, you can't say right sides, wrong
Yeah,
sides,
yeah,
but right sides together.
Yeah.
Press that seam open.
Want to do that?
Yeah, only just to give you a bit of leeway. And also it means in a minute when we come to turn everything through, you get a nice crisp edge along the top. So we're just going to press that like that. And give it a whack.
Yeah.
Just to keep it nice. So you can see we've got a gap in the top, which is what we want.
Yep.
Right sides together again. So you're folding it back as it was.
Oh, okay.
Bring the bottom edge level with the bottom edge of your pocket.
Yeah.
There we go. Couple of pins.
Oh, you're creating your facing all in one.
You're doing a facing on the top at the same time as lining your pocket. Press this down. I would pop 2 pins either side of your. Now there are markings on the pattern that show you where the fold should be,
yeah,
which is where those little nicks are.
Yeah.
So it's all lined up. Like that. And we're going to sew 1/2 inch all the way around.
Yeah.
Go in, make sure your seam is still open.
Oh yes, of course.
Back stitch at the top. And we're going to go all the way around. Obviously, you will take a lot more time to go carefully around the corners than I am.
It's still a corner when it's curved.
It is still a corner, yeah. Because a corner is made up of straights.
All right.
It's a mathematical thing, apparently. Okay.
Right.
One pocket. So there we have.
Don't rush. Don't rush. I'm
no, but I want to get on to. I want to get to this. This is easy. This is easy.
Yeah.
Use your pinking shears.
Yep.
Like we did before.
Go around the bend.
Go around the bend. Gone around the bend a long time ago too. Okay, just to tidy it up and give you a bit of leeway.
Yeah.
And then top corners, trim close to that last stitch line.
Yeah.
Chop it off as a diagonal. Try not to cut through them. And we've got a hole that we left.
Yes.
Poke everything through the hole.
Clever.
So you've got a facing.
So now, did you do? This isn't meant to be a patronising question at all. It's going to sound really. Did you do training, or is it just what your nan learned taught you, and then you've just learned as the years have gone by?
Yeah, my nan taught me a huge amount, and I love old books and tailoring books in particular. So I scour the earth for them, and I find tailoring books because a lot of the techniques haven't changed.
No, exactly.
Some are
but
done
it's a dying
differently.
Art. That's the problem,
exactly.
because people go into production. What's the fastest? What's the quickest? What's the cheapest?
Yeah.
So art, things like this are being lost along the way. Do you know what I mean? Because, like you said, most things, if you bought that from a shop, that would be a piece of fabric turned over and be a raw edge inside. It wouldn't be a line.
It wouldn't be lined. No. Okay, so we poke our corner. We've got chopsticks still.
Yeah, chopsticks or direct dauber.
Oh, direct dauber. There we are. So we just poke your corners out carefully, obviously, to make sure. And then, theoretically, if we've done it right, the lining will roll to the wrong side because the lining is very slightly smaller.
Right.
Like
But there's a lining pattern and a pocket pattern.
Yeah. And we're going to press that round.
Yeah.
Plenty of steam.
Obviously, you'll have turned yours through, taking your time to roll it through.
Roll it through. Again, give it a hit. And what you can do, that last the little hole you left,
hand whip it together.
Just whip it together.
Yeah.
Place your pocket, and if I've done this right, we will have some pattern matching, possibly. Yeah.
Well, it'll be the same colour anyway.
There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, place it in position as it says on the pattern. You could hand stitch it, slip stitch it in place if you want, or if you want a bit more, I don't know, country casual look. Just top stitch it round. Put a bar tack at the top just to keep it strong.
So all 3 pockets are done the same?
Yep.
I'll just bring that one in and that one in so you can see.
The only difference with the top pocket is it's at a slight angle, so when you look at it you think, ooh, but it's the same principle.
But originally, all of those pockets would have been on an angle, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
When they did the welt pockets and everything like that, they'd all be on an angle. So that's that. Right, now the bit you want to get onto.
Okay, so we've done fronts. We're happy with that.
Yes. We've got 14 minutes now.
Oh, that's good. That's fine. What I've done...
Saying, well, that's good.
That's
good.
time, plenty of time.
Yeah.
What I've done is I've prepared the inner lining pieces in advance because I'm not going to waste time.
But all the pattern pieces
All
are
the pattern
in there.
pieces. So what we have a front, and it's quite a big piece. Let's move those out of the way. We've got 2 front facings.
Yes. So in effect, that's your front of your waistcoat.
Yep.
But because you're doing a facing, the first half of it is done in the wool. Second half
is in lining.
Oh, the table's wet.
No,
The back and the back are done
my bag.
in the lining, and then the same on the other front there.
Yeah.
But then we need to talk about this bit here.
Okay. There are darts in the front.
Oh, yes.
Just to replicate where they are there.
Yeah.
Again, it's a simple procedure.
Yeah.
And in the back, there are darts that run up.
Right, now the back of the waistcoat isn't the wool, is it? The back of the waistcoat is also lining.
It is.
Yeah.
But the back of the waistcoat is lining on the inside and on the outside.
Yes, that's what I meant. Yeah.
So, and I've also included a wall facing.
Yeah.
It stops it stretching out of shape, and it sits better on your neck or around a shirt, which is really good.
And also, if you had lining going to lining,
it just moves all over the shop. So we've got a nice facing, and it looks.
This is the back facing, Jesse, up there.
So what I've done with so we're going to call that the inner panel.
Okay.
I think that's what I call it.
Yeah.
I have got somewhere. I thought I left it at home then.
No, don't say that.
This is our outer.
So that's the back of your waistcoat. This is what everybody will see.
What everybody will see.
Yeah.
Okay, obviously not stitched
No.
to the front yet.
No.
But we've got to put this facing in.
Yeah. Because that's on both sides. That's on the inside,
and the outside.
Yeah.
This is a bit like on the cap, actually. You've got curves going in all sorts of directions. Start from the centre.
Yeah.
Pin. The good thing is the wool, because this is essentially on the bias as it goes around there, will move in both directions, which is great. This will move in both directions. You've just got to be careful.
But that will move differently to that.
It will.
Yeah.
You've just got to be careful not to stretch things too far.
Yeah.
So take a little bit of your, probably an inch or so past each.
Yeah.
And pop a couple of pins in. And then what I do is similar to the cap. Take your end, take it round, line it up where it needs to go.
Yeah. So it's the same as when we did the cap, isn't it?
It is the same, but it's a slightly tighter curve.
Yeah.
And then roll between your fingers.
You see, when you do it like that, it fits absolutely perfectly. When you do it like that, it's only when you try and lay it down flat.
Yeah, it'll go all over the top.
Yeah.
And then pin that in place.
Yeah.
Like so. And obviously repeat that round for the other side. Sew it carefully.
Yeah.
When you've done it, just clip. Just snip into the seam allowance, just so it will sit nicely. Yeah. Press the seam allowance down. Don't open it or do anything with it. You don't want too much bulk in the back.
Fab.
So that's how we're going to sew around there. But the bit I want to actually sew, I'm not going to sew
No, that's fine.
The bit I really want to talk about is there are darts in the back.
Of course.
Outer, the same as there are on the inner.
But you haven't put them in yet.
I haven't put them in.
Okay.
Because if you look at the waistcoat, I've cut the adjuster strap which sits in the back darts.
Yes. Oh, see, that's actually in the dart.
Yeah.
Well, just talk about making things complicated.
Well, there's 2 reasons.
Yeah.
The dart at the back serves to bring the back in at your back. Some waistcoats have got the belt that goes all the way from the sides. All that's going to do is pull your sides in and make the fabric bunch up at the back.
Yes. Oh, you're right.
So from here, you're nipping your waist in at the back,
yeah.
which will also bring the sides in slightly.
Yeah.
It's just a nice way of doing it.
Oh, no, it is. A lot of the time as well, the ones that don't go all the way to there, they're just top stitch with a square and a cross.
Exactly. So, I'll lose this bit.
Yeah.
Because you know how to do that. I've marked the darts. Probably won't be able to see them, but I've just marked, and they're fisheye darts, so they're pointed at both ends.
Right.
Okay. Some people like to start, if you're doing a fisheye dart, they like to start at the centre and go to the point like you would a normal dart, and then go from the centre down the other way. I tend to go from the bottom straight up to the top, because by the time you've got your hem in, that dart is actually just below.
Yeah. No, I always do that. I wouldn't. But you've got to get your straps inside those darts then.
Yeah.
Okay. Go on then.
That's the good bit. So I've made 2 straps, again, simple pattern piece, 2 pieces, right sides together.
Okay, now you can make them out of the lining if you want to, can't you?
Yeah.
Because if you don't want to add bulk to your waist,
No.
that not to add bulk, but you know what I mean. Or if you're driving somewhere, you might want them to be.
Yeah,
anyway.
absolutely. I just like the contrast.
Oh no,
that's all,
I completely agree with you. But
what I would do is mark on the pattern. It actually shows you where to place your.
Is it not in the fullest bit of the dart?
It is.
Okay.
What I would do is fold the dart in half.
Yeah.
And finger press it.
Yeah.
And that will give you your centre of your dart. So fold your dart in half, obviously do it accurately and make sure it's exactly where you want it.
Yeah.
Just finger press it. Turn it back to the right side and you'll see where you finger pressed.
Yeah.
That's where the end of these are going to sit.
Right.
Okay. I've cut the straps for the pattern go for all sizes.
Okay. So even if you're doing small, medium, large, extra large, the straps.
And you might think, oh, that strap's far too long. Just chop a bit off.
Yeah.
As long as you allow yourself enough. The short one will have the buckle on it.
Yeah, of course.
Which you'll just stitch into place. And you'll place that there. And if this one's too long, you think, oh, I'll take it back to there. You know, just chop a bit off. That doesn't matter. And what you're going to do, I'll do the short one because it's a bit easier.
Yeah.
Place it in the centre of your dart and where you, however high up it's marked on the pattern.
On yours at home, they will be in the same place. You'll see.
Yeah, no, it's just where I've gone like that with my finger.
Yeah.
Picking faults
I'm picking
already.
fault now. You're family now. It's too late now. Right, go on.
Pop a couple of pins in just to hold it in its position. Like I say, the pattern shows you where it should sit and how high up. Fold your dart over.
Yeah.
And what you're doing is that end of that is going to be sat into that dart.
Right.
Get the pin in to hold it into position, and then line up the rest of your dart. And obviously pin in place to the top. You can then sew that, and what I'll do, I'll just sew it very quickly.
Yeah. Now you've not got much of an anchorage for your strap then.
But when you go over the strap, you're going to back stitch over it and come back over it again. So you essentially stitch over it 3 times.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because my thing would be is I want to cinch my waist in as tightly as I can to try and create some sort of a waistline. And if it's not anchored, then the strap's going to come off.
That's it. No, you should be okay. So you're going to go over here.
Right, now, no walking foot, you've just gone for the normal.
No, I've just gone for normal foot.
Yeah.
Go back over it.
Yeah.
Just a couple of times.
Yeah.
And then obviously,
if you use the lining fabric to make the strap, it's you're not even going to notice. It's only because you've got a double layer of wool.
Double layer of wool, yeah. Okay, and then obviously press your dart.
Yes.
Open your dart out.
Oh, and it's there.
And it will be sat exactly where. And to be honest, I've never had one go anywhere.
No. I'm here but
it's a valid point.
At home, you know what I mean?
If you were really worried about it, you could make your dart slightly wider there. It's not going to make a huge difference.
Yeah.
But simple like that. So that fixes then both your straps into the back and all done.
But you're going to sew your buckle on the shorter one?
I would, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's the normal procedure.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Okay, so if we imagine we've got our inner pieces done.
Yes.
We sew that's on there.
Yeah.
As we want. We're going to sew our side seams right sides together.
Yes.
For our fronts.
Yes.
And back.
Yeah.
Let's move this here, so we've got plenty of room. You're going to end up with a replica of what you've got in your hand.
Yes.
Okay. But obviously with the front as opposed to the facing.
Yes, yeah.
We're going to bag this out.
Right.
In the instructions, if you look on the inside of your lining, you'll see a point where there's some really long stitches.
Oh, okay.
what I did,
You're not going to see it at home.
No.
It's just basically a seam. You've sewn the seam up together normally, but there's a gap this big where you've just done like a gatherings or the biggest stitch.
The longest stitch, yeah.
So you've made, is that your turning hole?
Yeah.
So you've made your whole lining, but for one bit you've used bigger stitches because you're going to, later on, you're going to need to cut those.
Yeah.
But you don't leave it open because otherwise it'll get baggy and flappy.
It will. Yeah. And it also makes it easier to press. And then when you've opened it, turned everything through, you've still got that nice press line to stitch it back together.
Okay.
You're going to place your right sides together. You're going to place the outer face up.
Yeah.
And you're going to place your inner face down. Obviously matching up all the points that correspond, and they won't correspond because we haven't sewn the inside seams.
But we'll just do that there.
But we'll do it for the purpose of demonstration. Is that like Blue Peter?
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Okay.
So this one would be completely sewn. The one underneath will be completely sewn. So when you put them together, they should be identical sizes.
It should be exactly the same.
Everywhere, right?
Exactly the same.
So we've got 3 minutes. So
that's good.
Explain this.
It's not a tricky bit. It's just a bit that's very easy to forget to do. Once we've got everything in position, pin it all the way around.
Yeah.
But on the shoulder seams, on the inside, so the lining side on the inside,
bit, yeah.
fold down your seam allowance.
Right.
And pin it in place. And you do that across all 4, and pin like that. So you,
okay,
you
so
measure
on all
down.
4 of those, you pin the inside one
Inside
back by the. I mean, we've done it
allowance.
big, but it's actually the seam allowance.
It's the seam allowance.
Okay. Just pin them back.
Just pin them back, and then you're going to sew all the way around. So starting at the top, so all the way around, all the way back up, and obviously this is down.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Over the top of your seam allowance. And finish there.
And finish there.
You're going to sew around your armhole.
Yeah.
To the top again. That will be folded down.
Yeah.
And you're going to sew your facing again.
And that will be folded down.
That will be folded down.
Okay.
And around that armhole.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is stitched together.
Now the whole thing is one piece.
It's one piece.
And the only place it's open is at the 4 points of the shoulder.
There, and there, and there.
And they've all been, all the inside ones are folded down.
Yeah.
So they will have been sewn down.
Yeah, they will be
like
held down as you sew over the top.
Okay, perfect.
Trim up all your corners where you need to and everything else. Open up where we left the larger stitches, snip through them.
Right.
Pull the waistcoat all the way through from the inside out. Yeah. So it now becomes the right side.
So it will now be
that on top.
Yeah, so now to be that on top. Oh, that's on top.
Yeah.
We can pretend the lining's underneath there. So it now looks like this, completely all finished. All this seam is finished. All that edge is finished.
Yep.
All of these edges are all completely finished, all turned in. So that's open.
Yeah.
That's open with that one turned.
So the lining on the inside will be turned back.
Yeah, okay. So you've basically got 4 holes there, and there, and a hole wherever
on the inside of your lining,
where you turn it through.
As soon as you've turned it through and press, boom, boom, boom,
stitch it, okay, right.
And then the last thing to do, take your shoulders together, right sides together on the outside, because that shoulder seam will be sticking up from the one you folded over.
Yeah.
Stitch it across without catching the one that you folded underneath, pin it out the way, stitch it across, trim the corners.
Right.
Turn it through, or turn it back round.
Yeah.
And you'll have 2 inner seams that will touch one another.
Oh yes, because you fold them back.
So you've
got 2 folded back edges of the lining butting together like that, in theory.
Yeah, you will have. They can't go anywhere, probably.
Yeah.
And you just...
So the only hand stitching is there, and on the inside of the lining, wherever you... Now, the turn through was on the side seam, wasn't it?
It was on the side seam, yeah. And then, so you just finish that off, and it literally just slips it. And nobody's going to look in there, for one thing.
Well, no, but also it makes it, if they do take it off, this is posh, it's handmade.
It's handmade.
Right, very quickly, we're not going to do it. What size is, first of all, what size does the waistcoat cover? We said it went up to an extra large, didn't we?
I think I've drafted it from 36, and I mean, they're slightly bigger, so it's 36 for the smallest, up to around a 44.
Right, now, I would normally buy a 44 waistcoat, but the 42 fits me. If I was buying it in the shop, I would buy the 44 because of my belly, but only because I don't like feeling constricted, sort of thing. But they're generous sizes, so if you are 45-ish, you're going to be absolutely fine on the extra large one. That's thrown my question now. Oh, buttons and buttonholes. We're not going to do them, obviously, so it's all completely finished, apart from buttons and buttonholes.
And I have not marked the buttonholes on the pattern.
Why not?
Because I hate when you have a pattern, it tells you to put your buttonholes there.
Okay.
Do your buttons
You're in charge, it's your design.
It is, but I want you to put, strictly speaking, you should always have an odd number of buttons on a waistcoat.
Oh, what?
Because if you have an even number, it cuts you in half. It
No,
just doesn't look as good.
I didn't know that's why. I just thought to
It does. It just cuts you in half across the middle. So
okay.
5 buttons, 7
And also,
buttons.
isn't that because in the old days your watch went through the middle one
Middle
anyway?
one anyway, yeah.
And so you had 2 above, 2 below, and the watch chain going through the middle one.
It would look odd.
We're not being anti sewing quarter, but neither of us would use these buttons, would we? They're just not the right buttons for this project. So please, before you do your buttonholes, go and find yourself some really lovely buttons to put on the front, because it seems a shame to do such a gorgeous waistcoat and then put those buttons on. Now, the buttonholes go sideways, they don't go up and down.
They
like
go sideways. Yeah, they go sideways.
And you can choose where you put them, basically.
I mean, you could put 5, like I've done there. Yeah. You could have 3 equally spaced. You could have 7 if you wanted to.
3, because I might have done that. We didn't see that.
You could have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Depending on, I would use that size button
if you have
7,
lots of them.
But
Absolutely.
for 5, I'd want it slightly larger
bigger.
and slightly more expensive.
Absolutely. And we're just coming back standard seam allowance.
Yeah. Well, if you get your own the 680, whack those in there. You can do that.
Exactly. So come back a standard 5/8 of an inch to start your buttonhole, mark it all out, and the same for your buttons.
I always hate buttonholes because it's the last thing, so you finished everything, it's perfect, and then you've got to do
I normally do mine by hand.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, if you do buttonholes, that's fine.
I know, but
it's nice.
Machines are good now, they can...
You have to go.
I do. Thank you
well
very
done.
much.
That was brilliant. Thank you so much. You can clear this all up because I've got to go over there and do a recap.
Thank you.
But well done. Lots and lots of Jamie love coming in. We didn't get through all the messages, but lots and lots of messages coming in. Right. Right, patterns. I've got the waistcoat. Well, the cat pattern's gone, has it? Yeah. Okay, so the waistcoat pattern is this one. Lots in baskets. Well, I'm not surprised it's a pattern for £9.99 with all that information on it. Okay, so let's do this. I've got, that's the waistcoat pattern. We've got now all the fabrics that have been featured are all listed underneath me there on the way. I haven't got time to go through them all now, and the linings as well, brand new linings there. So in this bundle, you do get the instructions for the cat. You get more than that, obviously you get the full instructions. And half the stock of this bundle is gone, by the way. Then you get the waistcoat pattern. You also get a metre of the wool, a metre of the lining, and your thread for £89.99. There's your fabrics. A metre of this, metre of that, plus your thread, plus your 2 patterns, £89.99. I know, fantastic. Make sure you check out your basket on that. I've got to go because I've got to go a quick break. And then I'll be back with sewing room essentials, dressmaking essentials. It's been a long day today, hasn't it? I will see you in I've got to go and get a biscuit. 5 minutes from now.